So we got a really good card that Turkey trying to put together. Berlanga versus Shiraz, which is intriguing. It's intriguing for a number of reasons. Stevenson versus Zapeda, obviously. We've talked about that fight many, many, many times. The one I didn't see coming, Puello versus Matias. Didn't see that coming, because Subriel Matias has been fighting in IBF eliminators. So the feeling was that he will fight Hitchens or he will force Hitchens to give up his alphabet title, give up his IBF title. But now he's fighting Puello, and that's for the WBC title. When you think about that, that's kind of screwed up that Dalton Smith has been fighting in all these WBC eliminators, but in the end, Matias is going to get a crack at the apple before he does. Still a good fight, though. Still a good fight. And what's the other one? Right. David Morrell versus Kataev. And I said this after after his fight with David Benavidez, that if he knows what's good for him, he better expand his horizons, because the PBC won't have him doing nothing. They don't have no light heavyweights. They don't have nothing for him to do. So the only way he's going to be able to keep active is to go somewhere else. And I think he's lucky that Turkey wants to use him. But I heard about that Kataev dude. That's the thing, that I heard about that dude. And I heard that dude is not for play. I haven't seen him myself, but I heard that dude could fight. Shout out to MW2. Shout out to Pervy, HC, Mars, Kelvin, Jonah, Mike. We out here. Gooch, Bobby Light, Benny Blanco from the Bronx. Yeah, you already know. But that's a good looking card, to be real. Like, that's a good card. So we going to talk about that tonight, and who we think comes out on top in those fights, those potential matches. Because I really didn't see Puello versus Matias coming. That one took me by surprise. That's a good fight. What everybody seems to have on the brain is Stevenson versus Zapeda. And I noticed that it's the opinions are drastic. That's saying that you got a lot of people that are convinced Shakur beats this guy, and then you got a lot of people that are convinced that like, you just don't throw enough for this guy. Michael, what the fuck?
I got Shakur. Should be
You got
12 round
Shakur?
decision. Allow boxing. If you actually look at Zapeta, what saves him is his output, but he's very easy to hit. Like, his defense is practically non-existent. He just has that high guard. But I expect Shakur to pick him apart in the with those straight shots, like he did, exactly like he did. What's he called? Jamal Herring. It's just that he has to be a little bit more cautious and definitely take a more half step backs, I would say.
I don't know. That's not a good parallel, man. I mean, Jamel Herring
I
and
know, I
Williams, but
know
they're
it's
very
not
different
because
fighters,
yeah,
dog.
I know it isn't. It's just that he's gonna be. Uh, I want to say the same level of aggression that he had with Jamel. It's just that he'll be more cautious, like
I
more
don't know, but
defensively cautious.
if you remember, he was really aggressive with Jamel. Like, he
Yeah, he
was stepping
was.
to Jamel. He was
And
stepping
the
into
thing
his
is, he
punches.
he has to be aggressive with Zapata as well, though. He has to. You can't let him walk him down. Because
I
you know
don't know if I
Shakur's
don't
not
know if
gonna
that's
win
what's
this
gonna
fight off
happen.
landing like one or two shots around. You know what I mean? Especially when Zapata's throwing like 10 punches every couple seconds. Like, he has to make it look good for the judges. It's not gonna be like Hadatunian and what was the other dude before that? De
Well,
Los
he
Santos.
was beating up Hadatunian from what I remember. He was stepping to Hadatunian too, still being careful. I don't think he was as aggressive with Hadatunian as he was with Jamel, but it's becoming a thing with him that everybody projects the De Los Santos fight into every fight that he has won. No,
Yeah,
those fights were
it's not the
different. They
same
were
thing.
different. Like, yeah, De Los Santos was a stinker, and Nakatila was a stinker. But Hadatunian, nah, he was stepping to him. He was taking it to him, and obviously he took it to Josh Padley, which is why he knocked him out. But I don't know, like, I don't know what to think about this fight because you talking about a dude that really has hand issues and he already don't
That
throw
is
like
true.
that.
That is
He
true.
don't throw like that.
But he threw in the Josh, what do you call it? What's the dude name? Josh Padley. He threw there.
Yeah, Josh Padley, and he hurt his hand.
Yeah, you see, that's the
Um,
problem. That
as a
is the problem.
as a gambler, I'm putting all my money on Shakur.
You got Shakur.
Why aren't
Yeah.
you going with the Mexican native, man?
Hey, oh, hey, Michael, I see you posted. You took your final, bro. I
Oh yeah,
Congratulations.
bro. Thank you, man.
Hey, I just
Thank you,
want to
man.
say, from the bottom of my heart, I hope you fail. They take your
I
student,
knew he was gonna say some fuck shit. I
they
knew he
take
was
your,
gonna say some
they
fuck
take your
shit.
student visa and they take you to
Mhm.
punk ass Canada, bro.
First of all, I don't have a student visa. I live here. You bum.
He lives in Canada, bro.
I'm not. I don't have a
But
fear of getting deported. You bum.
but undefeated. You got Stevenson. You like, nah, he's gonna win. Fuck the bullshit.
Bro,
He's gonna win.
this is the same guy that he told us he don't care about us. All when push come to shove, bro, he feels that pressure. He's gonna run. He's gonna dance. He's gonna, even though Oscar might have put in the contract, it'll be a small ring. That motherfucker's gonna run.
But do
Going,
you think he's gonna win though? Running.
yeah, absolutely. He's gonna
Wow.
jab. He's gonna do.
Damn.
He is.
Wow.
The way
I
you're
mean,
talking, it almost seems like you want to vote for Zapeda.
No, I want Zapata to win, bro. But this is Shakur we're talking about. Fragile hands, quick feet.
this ain't the guy to hurt your hand with, dog. It's not like
Yeah,
you can't. Can you fight this guy one handed? Can you?
that
Push,
hamstring is a problem. That definitely is a problem.
push come to shove. He's gonna just jab and run.
Wait. Didn't Tevin Farmer hurt his hand in the first fight with Zapeda?
Did he?
I
Didn't
I
he?
think
don't.
Wasn't there a problem with
Yeah.
something? It was either
Yeah,
his
but
shoulder
that's
or his
not a
hand.
good parallel because if you bring up a dude that lost, well then you saying what the fuck I'm thinking that with. You
Yeah,
fight this
but like
motherfucker one handed, you
everybody
gonna
thought he could
lose.
have won that one, though. No, didn't you also
Uh,
think Tevin won that fight?
no, I thought he lost clear. I thought he
Oh
lost.
damn.
My honest opinion is I don't know what the hullabaloo is. Tevin lost them fights. Motherfuckers is blowing it out of proportion that in the last one, Williams slowed down towards the end. And yeah, Tevin was getting some licks off, but the rest of that fight is just you getting your ass whooped, bro. I mean, that's all I saw. You got your ass whooped.
that's true. That's
That's all. There was a moment, remember, in the first half of the fight, there's a moment William is fucking him up on the ropes, and it's like, yo, y'all need to stop this.
Yup.
Tevin
Oh
is
yeah, in the
he's
first,
not-
in the second fight.
so I don't know why people acting like Tevin made it extra competitive or whatever. I don't know. Like to me, yeah, you got your ass whooped both times.
I guess
And he throws more than Shakur. He throws more than Shakur,
I
like
think-
in the pocket.
it
I
was
think we
a fact about the juice, bro.
Hold on. I think we gotta pay attention to like Oscar's matchmaking here. You know, Oscar usually don't go into a fight until he's like really thinking he's gonna win this fight, right? So like the video started to come out just before that Floyd Schofield fight with Shakur Stevenson, and you can see the scar on Shakur's hands. And then in recent weeks, it's been coming out that's been leaking like his hands have been swelling up every sparring session and so forth, and they're trying to get that under control. I think this got back to Oscar. I think they found a right time to attack him. I think that William Zapeda was the number one for a long time, and he didn't fight none of the champions for a reason. I think that they got a wounded duck on their hands. They know it. Oscar, look in the rule structures that he's setting for the fight. Small ring. He's anticipating Zapeda to pressure Shakur and Shakur to hit him. Zapeda duck down, hit him on the top of the head one time. You got a one-arm bandit. And can Shakur Stevenson stop William Zapeda with one hand? I don't think so. I think he got a different kind of pressure. I think Tevin Farmer, like Jules said, man, he got his ass whooped those two fights. I remember times people saying stop the fight. And I don't think that Golden Boy and William Zapeda now are just taking this fight just because. I think it's planned. I think they're gonna be attacking Shakur, and I think it's for a reason.
I think it was Leo that said this shit. Shout out to Leo if he pops up tonight. He the one that said that Shakur should leave for a year. Fix that fucking hand and just go leave for a year and
But
focus on
didn't he
fixing.
do that? Didn't he do it?
No, when the fuck is Shakur took a year off from
After
boxing?
the De Los Santos fight, so wasn't it a year between that and
No,
the Hatsunian?
no, hell no, not a year, bro. No,
Not tripping.
Yo,
few months.
what honestly, what is up with Shakur, bro? If it's true, which it seems like it is true, you leave Eddie for fucking Luther.
No te lo voy a decir, manín. Eso no fue él. Yo leí, there's a boxing scene article that got published today. And if you read through it, correct me if I'm wrong, because I skimmed through it. It said that Matchroom had the option of pursuing a second fight with Shakur, and they chose not to. ¿Me entiende? Que they're the ones that are like, nah, we good, because you got, and I could see that, like, well, yeah, why would Matchroom be focused on getting Shakur for a second fight if, bro, we know what you about to do. You fucking with Turkey. You don't need us, and we don't need this.
Okay.
They don't got. In other words, that you know how it is, bro. That when people hear that online, they make up all type of shit. When you could see why they like, why would we use Shakur for a second fight when Turkey about to use him?
Celebrating and
Wait,
but
didn't he also leave Jay Prince?
No, he didn't. That was me misinterpreting it, and a lot of people misinterpreted. He did not leave James Prince. It's because of how Dan Raphael wrote it. He wrote it like in an awkward way, where if you read it, it sounds like you saying he left James Prince, but he didn't. James Prince is the one who hired Lou DiBella. He's the one who hired him because they need a gopher. And if you read the boxing scene article is up, you could go look at it. And it says that Matchroom had the option of pursuing Shakur for a second fight, but they chose not to. So since they didn't, well, they need somebody to do all that bullshit. So they got Lou, which is cheaper. But I understand. I get that. Like, if you Matchroom and you Eddie, well, we don't really need you, bro. You about to fight on another Turkey show. What we gonna do? What we supposed to do? Like, you about to box on his show, and we not gonna get you. Who the fuck is that? And we not gonna give you the money that he's giving you. So yeah, you might as well just rock out over there. No fuss, no muss. But people turning it into something that it's not. That, oh, he left, or oh, it's like, yo, dog, y'all always on some narrative shit.
They're celebrating, bro. It's so weird.
They're always on some narrative shit. Like, yo, y'all motherfuckers is for real weird as fuck, bro. Like,
weird, bro.
That shit odd. Like
weird. Yo, I see a card like that shit was just announced the other day. That card, right?
Yeah, the fucking it's a good card, man.
It's a good card. I'm just like, bro, what is your problem with Turkey, bro? Because who else is giving y'all this shit? Who? Tell me who.
How many videos and how many lives we did where I told you, yo, them dudes is not boxing fans. Like, that's not me joking. Them dudes is legit not boxing fans. This like some shit that they watch or they fuck with. But like, really, it's some real crab in a bucket shit. That just imagine if Turkey wasn't making these fights, right? Where everything that's going on now, ESPN might leave, PBC, you see how they shit is, right? We wouldn't have nothing to watch. We probably not really, not like that.
That's why I'm wondering, like, what is the fucking problem?
They hated on the last Crescendo, which was a great card. They
didn't buy that shit, man. They didn't buy that shit, bro.
They don't like boxing, bro. Cualquier vaina. Hold on.
What's the option? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Anything international, they're not interested in, bro. Anything international or anything that has international backing, because they're like little kids, bro. Anything 5 blocks, anything outside of a 5-block radius to them is uninteresting. It's boring. They rather sit around talking about la misma vaina, the same shit all the time. Devin, Javante, everybody Javante. That's all they're gonna talk about. So when you like Morel versus Katayev is arguably the best fight on the card. I would say, like, yeah, that's a good fight because I heard about Katayev that he be fucking people up, and Morel needs a rebound fight to show that, hey, David beat me, but I'm still good. That's a good ass fight. Matias versus Puello is a good ass fight. Like, how could you not like that fight?
It's hard to believe that Berlanga is going to be like the main event, though.
And that's the one that I wanted to focus on tonight. Berlanga versus Shiraz. I want to go to Michael. Michael, do you think Edgar wins that fight?
Yo, honestly, I have to go do a fight study because that's difficult. Because you know how I feel about Shiraz. I think he's solid, but I think he's a Amir Khan 2.0. Like I just don't trust his chin.
I don't trust his chin. I think he's a better boxer than Edgar, has a better jab, but I
Yeah.
don't trust his chin. Like, yeah, you get hit
You
once.
think, wait, you think
Michael,
Edgar has a better jab or Shiraz?
No. Shiraz has a better jab.
I was gonna say that.
He has a better jab. Like, bro, he looked great with ammo. You know what I mean? Like, dude was doing his thing, B. Now, but I don't know, man. I feel like, yo, Edgar don't gotta hit you but once, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Because like
gotta hit
Edgar
you
is
once.
ass, but he's got pop.
He has power. He does have
And
power.
How many rounds does he have to do that? You know, I mean, yeah.
He is gonna come
Can I
forward.
answer that?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Hey, I think that my honest opinion, Shiraz is my definition of a hype job. I think that he's a protected fighter too because, you know, I saw him walk away with that decision right there, and I don't think the right man won. I think that Shiraz they're moving along fast, and Turkey really wants him to be better. He has the potential of being better, but I think what they're advertising him for, he's not that. That's the problem. And then I think that Berlanga, he has real punching power. And, you know, all this little bit of activity, the move down in Florida seems to be right. I kind of like what Berlanga's doing right now. And I think Berlanga sees an opportunity here, and I do too. If Berlanga catches up with him, I think he's gonna stop him. That's my opinion.
Country, what do you think? Shiraz versus Berlanga. Do you trust Shiraz or do you trust Berlanga?
Reluctantly, I'm going to say Berlanga's going to win.
Really?
I think he can get to Shiraz and knock him out.
He's a big boy. You know, he's a big boy. Like, Edgar's going to be like at least 200 on a night.
He took Canelo's shot and got back up. You know,
Yep.
I mean, I think Shiraz hits as hard as Canelo. So,
and that's what stands out to me. And I was thinking about that with the Caleb Plant shit. That for some reason I think Caleb is a better boxer than Edgar. But Caleb, you got knocked out by Canelo. Edgar went the whole 12, and he was doing the same shit you doing, but he didn't get knocked out. You did. So maybe Edgar's ass, but he's not a big ass, right? Like, Michael, is he a big ass? Like, he's ass, but he's not super ass. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta give him that.
Edgar. He's gonna be a gatekeeper at the most.
Jules, what was that thing that
when it's all
Canelo
said and
kept-
done, Edgar will be what's his face? What's the dude?
Jules.
Gabriel Rosado.
Jules,
Nah, he
what
won't
was
be
that
that.
thing?
Yes, he will.
What was that message Canelo kept yelling at David Plant? Something about, he said something about his wife or something. Then Caleb Plant at the end of the fight said, I didn't say that.
No, he said
What was it?
motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he said
motherfucker or
motherfucker.
some shit. What was
He
it?
said mother.
It was-
He
I
said
don't know what it was.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then
He
he
said-
said no, but he also thought he said something about Mexico. It was personal for Saul a little.
No, it wasn't. He just said
Was it? No.
He misconstrued motherfucker. Something. He misconstrued motherfucker. He took that as he's talking about his mother, you know. But
Okay.
I think personally, I think that was theater. Canelo knows when a motherfucker say motherfucker.
Yeah,
He's not
exactly. I
actually
was
talking.
gonna say
Yeah.
he
That was
he just
theater,
used
like,
that.
bro.
He just used
Yeah.
that.
Come on,
for,
B.
like,
You hamming it up, bro. You know, motherfucker. Motherfucker say motherfucker. He not really talking about your mother, bro. That's not a yo
Yeah,
mama
that
joke.
ass, bro.
That's come on now. But yeah, Edgar might win that shit. Like, and it hurts me to say that because I had high hopes for Shiraz, but yeah, I don't trust your chin, bro. I didn't trust it at 60. I don't trust it now at 68. I don't.
But does Edgar get to it though?
But wait a minute.
Yeah.
Here's the caveat. This dude left Ricky Funes. He not with Ricky no more. He went to Andy Lee, and all of Andy Lee's fighters been looking good. All of them.
Yeah. It happens. What was that
So-
dude that just won? Oh, Ben Whittaker just got the knockout yesterday.
Right?
with
Right?
Lee.
So, who else is Andy training? He training somebody else.
Lee
Just
Wood.
been with Lee Wood. Who else?
No,
It's somebody
that's Ben
else.
Davidson. I'm bugging. That's the Ben David.
Yeah, but yeah, that's Ben. Who else is in? Right. Joseph Parker, bro. Yo, Joseph is Josephine motherfuckers, bro. Andy Lee, bro. So
He fighting AJ, man. How that shit gonna go?
He should have took that fight back with ran it back with Dubois when it got canceled. You think he should have waited for that to try to like
because it was up to Dubois, and I don't think Dubois was sick. I said that in the last live. I think they was like, yo, why the fuck we gonna fight Joseph Parker when we could fight Usyk again in a bigger fight for more money? I'm not trying to say Daniel's scared. It's just, yo, dog, it's common sense that why we doing this when we could be doing that for more money? Why we doing this? So they like, yo, I got diarrhea, Turkey. I'm sorry. I can't fight. I got the shits. I got bubble guts. And they got up out of there. Just like the Schofields. They seen the Schofields do that shit. They're like, yeah, we out of here, bro.
Nah, I don't actually think that. I don't actually think that's what happened. I
don't think they were sick, bro. You think they were for real sick?
I mean, if the Schofield got sick and maybe he got sick, I don't
Schofield didn't really get sick, bro.
No, that's true. They didn't really get sick.
They didn't really get like, bro. That's bro.
So wait, what was the hospital shit? I wasn't following this.
Bro, listen. All I'm gonna say is this: it's simple. Whatever the fuck you had going on, if by Monday you was back in the gym, and we only know that because of his father, his talking ass father. On Monday, Floyd was back in the gym. Bro, you wasn't sick. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yo, tell me that's not the most closet gay dude you've ever seen in your life, bro.
What closet, bro? That dude is, bro. That dude, forget the closet. He's on the balcony, dog.
He's roaming the hallways.
Hey,
he's roaming the hallways.
Did you guys see the guy that imitated him on Coach Malachi's show today?
No, that's so funny.
That shit was hilarious.
Because Floyd is, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like, but apparently he fucked bitches though. Like, remember the video of him is of him slapping
bitches
up
with
a bitch.
Dicks? Bitches with dicks?
I don't know. He probably get pegged and shit like that. He fucked. Look, he fucked bitches, bro. I'm saying, like, there's a video of him, you know, slapping up a bitch. You remember the video they released a few months ago that he fucked with bitches.
Wait. So him beating up on a woman means that he's fucking her?
That's not what he.
No, but that was his girlfriend. That was his girlfriend in that video. That was in their apartment or they whatever, they house or whatever. I mean, like, got the bitch over. That's your girlfriend. Like, yeah, you probably fuck bitches. Otherwise, what the fuck was she doing there, Michael? Fuck was she doing there?
She's the maid.
Bro, I don't know, but yeah, like, that dude is he need to be on The View, bro, with Joy Behar and motherfucking Whippy and he need to be on The View, dog. Like, he just need to drink his chamomile tea and just relax, yo. And you could tell he love the camera time. I hate that shit about these boxing dads, man.
All these boxing dads, they all need to go, bro. They all need to go.
Listen, my problem with that is that in this situation, the father thinks he's equal with the son. He thinks that whatever the son does, it awards him a voice. Like, when other fathers are in the background, like Jerome Booth and his dad, he allows his son to be himself. He answers question when asked. And then Jerome Buchanan, his dad, will answer the question. But he's not in front of Jerome Buchanan speaking for him. You know,
but you know what I see with that particular son and father combo is, bro, Floyd, I find he hides behind his dad, bro. Like, if you
I'm gonna say that Floyd don't need his daddy talking that much, to be real, because the kid has a good air about him. You need to let him shine. Like, the kid has a good air about him. And if it wasn't for your fucking mouth, nobody would be looking at him crazy. No, you the motherfucker that started calling out Shakur, motherfucker. You the one. If you just let Floyd develop without this controversy, without all of these fights, because remember, he was supposed to fight Ashton Silva. You pulled out of that. You're supposed to fight Stevenson. Pulled out of that. Now it's Abdullah Mason. You asking for 2 points. It's like, yo, you making your son look like a whole coward, and it's not necessary, bro. That kid is still young. One, he ain't even fought for a title yet. So for him to be
inactive,
all the pressure that he's under is because of his father. Like, it's because you won't shut the fuck up, bro. That's where the pressure comes
out
from.
With them stories, man, that no one asked for. They broke in my house with the passports, and the cops pulled us over with drugs and
all
two
that
black guys
dumbass shit.
And the tow truck driver came over and put his hand on the hood of the car and saved us, saved the day. Like, storytelling
Didn't they
motherfucker.
say
Like,
CIA agents raided his house or some
look,
shit like that as well?
it's just that's what's hurting his son. And then you see some father and son relationships. You know what Devin Haney's father is doing is shit talking 101. I'm cool with that. But what
me too.
Schofield is doing is accusations. He's making assumptions. He's
Well,
he's
it's not
accusing
even-
people.
Look,
That's
Bill,
different.
Bill and Floyd Schofield actually talk about the same. The difference is Devin is a 2-division champion. He is an undisputed champ. He fought people. Floyd, you haven't fought shit. Like,
I
bro,
will say, dude, you can't say that because like the shit that they're doing is just pure bullshit. I've never really seen.
no, that's the point I'm making. That if Bill talk extra, at least he has a precedent to talk extra.
Yeah, but it's never as bad as this shit. Like motherfuckers said FBI agents raided his house, bro. When have you seen Bill
Yeah,
say some
like
crazy shit like
that
that?
shit's, and you doing all that yakking to not fight these motherfuckers, basically. All that yapping to
No,
not
pero-
fight these motherfuckers.
Pero entonces él dice, yo quiero 2.5, right? He acts like he actually went down there, beat Shakur, received the 1.1, and he's asking, yesterday prices ain't today's
Yesterday's
prices.
price, not today's
But you
same price.
never,
No, and-
you never completed the contract. How are
It
you
ain't
gonna
even
be?
that. It ain't even
Come on.
that. Motherfuckers heard Fat Joe say that shit or whatever. Y'all motherfuckers got to stop repeating shit you hear. Do you think that because you repeat it, it has meaning? That
Right.
shit don't mean nothing. Yesterday's days. What the fuck are you talking about, dog? The fuck? That's why I be saying, Michael, like, motherfuckers got to snap out of this pop culture shit. If I'm Turkey, yo, Floyd, what the fuck are you talking about, dog? Why the fuck would I give you 2.5 when you was, think about it.
To fight a
Shakur is a
prospect.
champion. Shakur is a champion. For a champion, you 1.1. Now you coming to me asking for 2 times that amount for a prospect, bitch. You don't want to fight. Yesterday's price is
You're not
Shut the
serious,
fuck
bro.
up, dog. Shut the fuck up.
To be honest with you, bro,
Go fight Tevin Farmer, bro. Simple. Go fight
we need
and
to
whatever.
bring down his rank. Bring him down.
And yesterday's blanket is not today's quilt. Yesterday's t-shirt is not today's sock. Whatever rap lyric you want to quote, bro, go ahead. Fuck out of here, bro. Go back to 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. Because you clearly can't handle the pressure that comes with this pay scale. You can't. Like, you want 7 figures? This was going on. 7 figures, right? You want 7 figures?
Right.
These kind of people you gotta fight. Shout out to Leo.
Time. That's my shit. Like you're wasting everybody's time.
What's up,
I
Leo?
was like, to be honest with you, I'm done now. Like, I don't even say
Yeah,
anything.
because because I like that kid, man. Until his
I do
daddy
too.
started talking, I like the dad kid. Like,
But
yo,
you
he's
can't
fun
blame
to
it all on
watch.
him. It falls on the fighter too. Like
The
I'm
shit
tired
is-
of.
Look. While I sympathize, while I feel you, I'm saying that it gotta be hard to tell your daddy, yo, dad, shut
Stop
the fuck
being a
up.
bitch. Stop being
Shut
a
the
bitch.
fuck up.
You don't see
Like-
this
like
guy
you gotta
ruining your
fall-
whole fucking career?
Yeah, but who you see say that though? What fighter did you see tell a daddy, yo, you need to shut the fuck up?
Yeah, what you need to understand that
Floyd
at some
Floyd
point,
Mayweather.
you
He
have
didn't
to
tell
rea-
his daddy to shut the
He
fuck
did
up.
though. He did fire him and hire Roger.
All right, he fired him. Okay,
That's exactly what we mean.
so y'all saying that he need to fire his daddy?
Fuck it, fire this guy, bro.
I
Not only
guess.
that,
I
he's
guess.
not even that good of a trainer because when he was getting
Yeah.
fucked up by the Myron guy, whatever the fuck the Mexican guy he was fighting, right? He
Yeah.
wasn't even giving him proper corner advice in the first place. He was just freaking out like,
I'm not
Can I
sure.
say
get this
something?
guy out of here.
Go ahead, Leo. Go ahead, Leo.
Go ahead, Leo.
Look, I think what you guys need to understand if you're a boxer and your father he has been coaching you since I don't know since birth, maybe since you are 5 years old. At some point, it becomes a family business. So yeah, you are the boss because you are the boxer. But if you're gonna take the executive decision of firing your father, yeah, that's a tall ask for a guy, for everyone. So yeah, you maybe it's fucking up, but look, by now, I think he's making a mistake. that cloud chasing Shakur Stevenson now pricing himself out of
Oh,
Abdullah Mason fight. He has. I don't think that's enough to give your father the boot. That's what I'm saying.
everything so
Maybe-
far you don't think is enough?
Three
¿Cómo?
pull-out fights.
Yeah, everything so far you don't think that's enough? I just me personally I find he's embarrassing his son every chance he gets. Like y'all look crazy out here, bro. You guys look insane. Yahoo.
Look, what I am saying is, yeah, as a boxer, you have guys like, I don't know, Canelo Alvarez, Selman Crawford, those guys who have made it with everyone. Bossy Ennis, Eddie Reynoso, it doesn't matter. Those guys are that good. For other kinds of boxers like Floyd Schofield, at some point you think maybe my father has been helping me if I'm as far as I am in my career, it's also thanks to my father. So that's what I'm telling you. It's not like, oh shit, he fucked up a couple of times, I'm gonna kick him out and effectively break your relationship with your father. I don't know.
Well,
Because
well,
it's gonna be a big fucking fight.
Sometimes I gotta ask myself is, well, I guess the decision will have to be determined whether the relationship is too toxic or it was just some unfortunate events. I don't think Devin Haney should leave Bill at any, I don't at all. And a lot of people said Felix Trinidad needed to leave his father, and Felix left everything in his father's hand, and his father cost him $85 million.
Damn.
So now he's broke.
Wait, for what fight? For what fight?
Not a fight, for bad investments.
Damn.
And Tio, right? You can look up Tio's story. I'm a Puerto Rican. I've looked it up.
He's broke now, bro?
No, yeah, he's not living like he used to. His father, he got played on a lot of like big deals, and Tio, his father blew, I think it was like anywhere between $90 million, and
That's fucking insane.
And-
Not
and
90.
Felix-
Not not Tio's
Sorry,
father.
No,
Tio
Felix
Trinidad.
Felix
Oh,
Trinidad.
yeah. El tengo, yeah. He's
Oh,
poor now.
yo. Speaking about
okay.
Tio,
El tengo,
Tio,
Yeah,
And
and
that's
it was
gonna-
due to his father. And then we were, a lot of people had told him way back in the day, leave his pops, and he stood loyal, and I get it. I don't ever want to break up a
Fucking
family,
with them
bro.
boxing dads,
I'm,
bro.
I'm
Yeah.
not
I
with
get
it to break up a family, but you gotta ask yourself, if this situation is toxic for my career, or is it just a couple bad fights or bad circumstances? I think those things gotta be reviewed between father and son, and I'll leave it as that.
What needs to
Shout
be
out,
reviewed is
shout out to King Lopez. Let me read the super chat. Shout out to King Lopez. Tio needs to learn from Virgil how to box movers. Yeah, but the shit is Virgil is a pressure guy, so that's eso le viene naturally to him to walk the guy down. Whereas Tio, he's more of a boxer. He's not really a bruiser. He's not a brawler. He's not a bruiser. He's a boxer, and he wants to set up a really good counter. And until that window opens, he's kind of lost in the sauce, But I do agree that you could learn from Virgil. It's a subtle shift, cutting off the ring. It's so subtle. Most people miss it. That instead of going here, the guy goes over there. He's not really following the guy like this. He's moving with him like Dalton Smith, which is why I don't know why people was talking shit. Dalton Smith did a damn good job of cutting off the ring. He just didn't knock the guy out.
He didn't knock the
But
guy. People are gonna be mad.
Yeah, but he did a good job. Whenever it was time to hit that other corner, to go over there, he did it. And when he got over there, bing, 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 bing. And then this motherfucker just moved because he wasn't trying to fight.
I didn't watch it. How did he look, by the way?
I'll be real. He didn't look bad. And stylistically, that was not a good fight for Dalton. Dalton is a boxer puncher. Jermaine, at least that night, he fought like a pure boxer. He's just moving all over the place. He doesn't want to do nothing. He's just moving all over. He don't want to do nothing.
You think Puello's going to be trouble for him?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yes,
probably.
I think so.
That's even
I
if
think
he
so.
makes it past.
Yo, Juice, do you think that even though this guy, what's his name, Conwell, lost the other night, he still would look better stylistically against young Xander Zion?
No, I thought Xander beats him. That's what I said.
Xander beats him.
I literally said Xander would beat him.
Okay, so I'm just, I'm asking a question because I talked it over with a few boxing heads and shit, and I said that little irky jerk movement Perez was doing, and a little bit of awkwardness, might have been the deciding factor that Conwell couldn't like zero in on him. He couldn't get that beat where that Xander Zion is more fundamentally sound. He's gonna do the dance the way it's laid out. So
Look, it's a fight. Look, if all right, hold on. If Xander fights Charles, Xander's not gonna look great. I'll tell you that. He's not gonna look great. But he already fought a better pressure fighter, or at least a more experienced one, in Patrick Teixeira. And he won. Like, there's no question that he won. All he didn't do was knock him out. He won emphatically. This whole thing about Charles, I think Charles is a good fighter. You know how? The same way that Jesus Ramos is a good fighter. Like, yeah, those are good, solid, and serviceable fighters, but don't get carried away about them. They're also simple fighters. Jesus Ramos is a simple fighter. Charles is a simple fighter. They're both pressure guys. I don't make Charles out to be more than what he is. He's a fun, inside, volume puncher, but he's missing a lot of bells and whistles. And one of the main ones seems to be power. He can throw, he's aggressive, he's fun, combinations, all the good shit. And I actually like his Philly show. It's pretty good. But he don't crack like that, and that is a problem. Yeah, you don't crack like that. It's one thing for Xander to not crack like that because he's a boxer. He's a mover. He doesn't really have to crack like that. But you're a bruiser. You're a pressure guy, and you don't really hit like that to get the guy out of there, A couple of times he hurt Perez but couldn't finish his food. So
where Conwell's already a man strength, and I think that he's got where he got with the power.
Yeah, he's not gonna get stronger, bro.
And Xander Zion's only 22. I think he might stand to get stronger later.
When I'm looking at it, it's looking like Xander might undispute 154 if he were to get those guys in the ring.
Maybe.
Like when I
think
about
the biggest problem is the Russian, bro. Like the biggest problem is I agree with you. I agree that. Because Terrence about to leave. That BA gonna go vacant. Terrence about to leave. And I have Xander beating Sebastian Fundora. Like, I'm settled on that. I think he beats him.
Sebastian's fast.
I'm in the middle of a sentence. The biggest problem is Bakram. That's a man. That's not a boy. That's a man with man strength. And he's shown, you could land a couple of punches. You could get your shit off, and he will still knock you out. Jack Coquet was getting his shit off. He still got knocked the fuck out.
I forgot about Bachman.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's not put the cart before the horse,
Shout out to ASVP. Appreciate you, bro. Long time. Brandon Green, saludos ring and panel. Off topic, but it's crazy seeing 50 Cent and Fat Joe sitting together at a Knicks game. I remember in high school. Yeah, I remember that too. That was ages ago, bro. They was beefing, pero es que yo ya tan viejecito también. You want to be fucking like 40, 50? Yeah, we got fucking beef. A los 50 años, bro.
That long, bro.
The only beef I got is on my plate, bro. That I'm about to eat. Other than I don't got beef with nobody, dog. It's all love out here. I'll buy you a beer.
Enemies, bro. You have no enemies.
What are you talking about? I'm not talking about myself, you fucking idiot. I'm saying at that age, you shouldn't be beefing with nobody.
The quote, you dumbass.
Oh.
From
Shout out to Will. Thoughts on Clark's comeback fight on Sunday. He fought the dude. Yeah, you know that I didn't watch that show, bro. I didn't watch it. I caught the highlights because
I just tuned in for the Benn shit.
I caught the highlights because they don't got the Peacock deal no more, and I'm not about to pay per view for that shit. Like, nah, for Frazier Clark and Ben Whittaker, nah, I'm good.
I saw boys outside.
I'm saying it now. Like, I don't care if he won on Saturday. I sold my stock. Like, yeah, it's not supposed to be this way. You shouldn't need two fights.
You dude crying?
That's the problem, bro. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
That's not supposed to be going on, bro. If you gonna be the dude, that's not supposed to be going on, bro. You know what I mean?
You can't tell me. First of all, you didn't even lose the last one. You can't tell me you come back and this gets you so emotional that the fans are making fun of me on social media.
If you can't handle that shit, you know that
yo.
it's only gonna get worse.
Like, yo, bro, imagine when you lose. You're done. I'm sorry.
Nah,
Like,
he can't handle.
He can't handle it.
And the
I thought
other
it would
shit
stop
is
early.
he's not showing like this is where the fighters show. Like if you look at Abdullah comparatively, you can see what's gonna get him to the top. You can kind of see it. That like okay. With you, it's all just it's all goofy shit. Shaking and shimmying, he's doing the thing, and he touches him on the head. Yo, you might as well be a Harlem Globetrotter, bro, because you just in there doing tricks and shit. I need to see you fuck people up more than anything. Fuck people up. That's what we need to be seeing. The flashy shit is for later. That's not for now. You being flashy with gatekeepers and fucking journeymen. That's like dunking on kids, bro. Fuck you doing?
You see what happened to Josh Kelly, bro? He gonna be another Josh Kelly.
That's I agree with.
Yo,
with that.
you remember when Josh Kelly came out? They were calling this man Lomachenko, bro.
Yeah, they said he was gonna be the British Lomachenko. Nobody talk about that motherfucker. Nobody talk about that motherfucker no more. British Loma. What?
I'm pretty sure he's actually a mandatory for one of the belts. I think he's
close.
WBA, I think it is.
He's close, but you could see that the thrill is gone. Look, it'll take for him to get a belt. Then if he could get a belt, maybe people will fuck with him again. But you see that the buzz is not there. The buzz that was there at the beginning.
And he's on like a 7-win streak right now. Nobody gives a fuck.
Because he ain't beating nobody that's for real. Like in the back of everybody head, they know that a Jesus Ramos will tune your ass up. A Charles Conwell will them dudes will beat your ass. Don't get crazy. Yeah, Charles lost, but not to your ass. He will fuck you up out here, bro. David Avanesian fucked you up, bro. Come on.
Damn, I forgot it was David.
You remember that was David Avanesian that did that to him, bro? Like, come on, B. Charles will stretch your ass. Jesus Ramos will stretch your ass.
Trying to make excuses for dudes, but when that shit did happen, I did think that cut had a big factor, bro. Because you're gonna get weak from that. There was a lot of blood coming out. And you're gonna get physically weak. You remember it was on the top of his head?
This the shit. Did he have to fight David Avanesian that soon? No. And did the cut matter? Yeah, I do think the cut mattered because he did start off okay. But the shit is, if you that dude, you gonna get it done, man. That's the way it is, bro. If you that dude, you gonna get it done. Like, over to our boy AJ, when they put him in there with Dillian White, yeah, he got rocked a little bit, but he ate his food, bro. He finished his food, bro. You see? He finished his food.
Man, he did.
Ben Whittaker, nah, you had to microwave the shit, basically. I need 2 fights with Liam Cameron so I could beat him once.
And then don't forget he faked the motherfucking the leg shit.
I'm good, bro.
Liam Cameron, did you hear the name? You needed 2 fights with who the fuck is Liam Cameron?
That's what I'm saying. These is the gatekeepers that you post to. Remember, these
is
the
gatekeeper, bro.
No, well, you're right. You right. He's
not even that British. Is this British level the Commonwealth level?
No. Honestly, you're right. Because he's not that. He's not a British level gatekeeper. He's not a European level gatekeeper. That's just a dude they got for you to beat up on. And it turned into, and the fact that it turned into a fight, yeah, you ain't it, bro. And it's gonna take a lot for you to convince me that you anything. Because do you see a dude that beats Joshua Buatsi? Do you?
Not yet.
No, in general though, what does he have that says, okay, this guy's gonna be a world beater? What does he have? With Moses, it's easy to answer the question.
That's easy.
Do you see what I'm saying? With Moses, you can see like, Moses is
the new AJ. That dude's
right.
Be a problem.
With Abdullah, you could see like, yeah. With Keyshawn, you could see it early. To like, yeah, Keyshawn got some shit. He gonna win the title. With Ben, I don't see what aside from all them Fortnite dances and gay shit, I don't really see what you got, homeboy.
It's hard because all he does is fuck around in the ring. That's why it's hard to say. But that Cameron fight should have showed. That Cameron fight the first one showed you everything you need to see.
The first thing he need to do is stop with the fucking games. Like, stop. Yes. These guys, they getting for you is so you could work on your boxing, not your dancing, not your shimmy. Them dudes is ham and eggers. Who the fuck do you think it's impressive that you stunting on them. If you could stunt on Joshua Buatsi, okay. If you could stunt on Callum Smith, okay.
Oh, no,
Anthony
he's not doing
Yard, okay. Maybe
not
even
doing
Lyndon Arthur. But you fighting dudes that is here to lose. Like, get the fuck out of here,
Yeah,
bro.
no,
Get
no,
out of
rematches
here.
with him.
A good pressure
Hitting a
fighter knocks
rematch
him
with
out.
him.
He's just lucky there isn't one coming
Yeah, that's
through.
what I was gonna ask. Who was over there in the UK at 175? Who's there?
A pressure guy. Like, there were two guys that are coming through. They're not Brits. They're not Americans. One is a Ukrainian. He boxed on Usyk's undercard. I forgot that dude's name. He's a tall, lanky dude. He's not a pressure fighter. What's his name?
No, I don't remember. I know who you're talking about.
You know I'm talking that dude looked like, yeah, he's gonna be a fucking problem. He is gonna be a problem. And I haven't seen Kataev. No, is it Kataev? No. I think it's a dude in Australia that shout out to Liam Rockwell. He usually talks about the dude. I think he's a light heavyweight. And those are the two dudes that are coming through. But the fact that they're not either American or British already tells you y'all gonna have trouble getting fights. Y'all gonna have trouble, yeah, because nobody want to fight y'all Eastern Euros. Not after Bivol and Better Beef done owned this division for like a gajillion years. Motherfuckers not gonna choose to fight y'all. You know what I mean?
Right.
They ain't gonna choose y'all.
That's true.
Better go to the IBF.
That's the only way. That's what the IBF is good for. That's why, even though they do a lot of dumb shit, I don't get mad at them. Because at least they're mostly consistent, not always, but mostly consistent. They're like, yeah, they'll order the fight, and if they gotta strip a motherfucker, they will. So, you know, you need somebody like that. You do.
I literally could only rely on the WBA. IBF be like, yo.
WBO, you mean?
WBA, my bad.
The IBF will-
WBO, bro.
WBO, my bad.
Yeah, WBA don't be doing shit.
Look at the WBC. They got Ben Whittaker number 12, and the IBF got him 15.
Fucking ridiculous, bro. But that dude sucks. That dude sucks, bro. Like, let's just be real. Now that Leo's here, now that Leo and undefeated, I already asked him. Leo, be real. Berlanga versus Shiraz. Who wins that fight?
Be fake.
I'm gonna say Shiraz.
Really?
Yep.
Hot take.
Really?
I
not
know
hot
he's
take.
coming from middleweight, but listen, Berlanga, that guy is not it.
He's
And
ass. Just say his ass.
That guy, because when you're thinking about Berlanga, you're thinking about the Canelo fight and the fact that he rebounded from the Canelo fight with some fucking
That's true.
bomb.
Mm-hmm.
But
Super Bowl.
before that, what did he do? Who did he?
Nothing.
Look, I do remember the Steve Rolls fight that he had a super middleweight. Steve Rolls moved up.
Bro.
He looked like fucking garbage.
Look like shit in
nice.
that fight.
No,
Masuda, bro.
this guy-
Masuda.
This guy is not it. And yeah, Shiraz is coming from middleweight, but the guy has size, so it's not gonna be like I'm having promise coming in or no. If Shiraz is in good condition, yeah, he's gonna be.
Okay, pero el chin, Leo. You trust Shiraz's chin?
With Berlanga, yeah.
Really?
Whoa.
Look, do
He
you
has
remember?
to actually get to him. He has to get to
Do
him.
you remember Coceres,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Argentinian guy?
Marcelo
fucking-
Coceres, yeah.
Yeah, that fucking Billy Joe Sanders stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
What fucking Berlanga did with fucking Coceres? Nothing.
Yeah, but
Life
who
or
has
death,
Shiraz
bro.
fought?
Life or death over there.
Ammo Williams, which I think is a better win than anyone on Edgar's resume. I'll always give him that. Ammo Williams, Tyler Denny are two better wins on Shiraz's resume than anything on Edgar's. But the thing that stands out about Edgar that I think is important is he did go the distance with Canelo. That's not saying he's great. That's saying he's durable. He went the distance with Canelo. He heard the final bell where Caleb Plant didn't, where Billy Joe Saunders didn't. He did. So if somebody say to me that, okay, this guy is he did spend but he
I
did
attribute
spend the
that
whole fight
more
running.
to Canelo getting old older. That's what I attribute.
I attribute it to Edgar running actually, because
That and
he
the
was
200
running.
pounds. The 200
Eso
pounds.
también.
Look,
Yeah, the 200 pound.
Can I?
when you
Can
see
I be?
when you see a motherfucker like Berlanga, the way he moves on his career, it makes you nervous to pick a guy to beat him because you think, look, if Edgar Berlanga is asking for a Shiraz fight, he knows he's gonna beat him. It's something like that. For
También.
me, to me, he's miscalculating that fight. I think Shiraz is gonna beat him. I don't know.
Let me go to Cast the Shell. I hope Bohachuk and Murtazalia for the IB. Yeah, me too. That is such a great fucking fight.
Oh man,
I don't know. I don't know who win. I don't know who will win that fight neither. I literally,
you know,
like,
everyone's acting like Barkham's the boogeyman now, but we gotta see that shit at least twice, bro.
Yo, it's that Martin Bacoli shit that motherfucker get one good win, and everybody want to go to prom with him. I'm saying.
Let's not.
That's how it was
Bacoli just yet.
I'm not throwing away Bacoli, but I felt that he beat a prospect, bro. Jared Anderson never did no shit. Motherfuckers went crazy after he knocked him out, and I could talk my shit because I picked Martin to win that fight.
He gonna beat FA. He gonna knock out FA.
You think he's gonna beat? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got a feeling, bro. I'm telling.
He had like 3 hours to sleep for that last fight, man.
I haven't
3 hours of sleep.
Damn.
I'm not even joking. I'm being real. Like he had like 3 hours.
You were jet lagged and shit.
Jet lag and shit. You know what that does with your head if you're tired and then you're going in there to fight.
That dude got paid though, bro. I heard that dude got paid.
Yeah, he got paid enough to he got paid.
Hey, about that Berlanga and Shiraz fight, I like turkey. You like turkey. Everybody likes turkey. But the one thing that I am starting to think about is Shiraz is his boy. Yeah, I don't think he'll try to do him like a solid one to get the Canelo fight next.
Nah, man. He's
Maybe. No, es ellos lo mencionaron a él también. You know that they mentioned Shiraz as a potential for Canelo.
Exactly. So, and it is a 4-fight deal. I mean, come on now.
Look, if any way that Edgar gets beat, I am happy. Like anything that gets him beat, hook or by crook. As long as he loses, I'm okay with that shit. I am. Shout out to Chico. Berlanga versus Munguia will be the co-main to Canelo versus Crawford. You can see this a month. That's the other thing. Yeah, I mentioned that yesterday. I mentioned that yesterday in a video I did. That if Ed, that would be big, dog. Like, come on, like, be real. That would be.
Damn.
If you got Canelo and Crawford, y Munguia versus. Ay, si Jaime le da una salsa de mamagüevo. Oh my god.
Hey, I'm also thinking about it. Are we sure Jaime will be back? What if he? Well, I know. But what if he goes in there looking like Burchell, bro?
Déjala. No.
I don't think so.
Te lo voy a decir. There's pictures of Jaime. They're in Saudi already, by the way. They're already there. He looks big. He looks full. He looks strong. And I don't think this fight is gonna make it to the midway point. I don't think this fight goes 6 rounds or 4. I think Jaime's gonna Jaime him.
Okay, I'm gonna put Jaime.
He better not.
I put Jaime by knockout, bro. Fuck it.
That like what happened to him? I know it's some freak shit, and it's hard to you fought Canelo. You fought Canelo. The fuck? This motherfucker, this is it? This the guy that knocks you out?
No man.
But also, that ref was not crooked enough. He wasn't Mexican enough.
I will say, bro,
he was not crooked enough. Because if that's me, I'm on my Steve Smoger. Yo, you want to continue? Do you want to continue? And I'm not even showing him that. Do you want to continue? You know what I'm saying? Come on, Jaime.
I will say
but la verdad, Jules, like I was saying, and you said you're right though. Edgar, Jaime, co-main, Netflix, Mexican Independence Day weekend. Come on, papi.
That's fucking huge. Do you understand how huge that shit would be, though? Like, that shit would be big, bro.
They both got to win, but I don't, like you said, I don't trust Pakistani fucking chins.
Me neither. Like, would I be happy if Hamza won? Yeah, hell yeah. I would love to see Edgar lose, but I really don't trust Pakistani chins. But like,
so you guys are picking
Pakistani. Bro, I'm saying this in the air. You can't say that you can't look at either of those guys and say they're a lock to win. There's a very good argument for either of them to lose. Either of them.
Plus, does anybody know his new trainer now?
Andy Lee.
Oh,
I said it
Shiraz
earlier.
and Andy Lee?
Yes, I said it earlier that
I got Shiraz.
he left Ricky Funes, which that's fucked up because now you know who he was talking about when he said that people turned on him. People in the circle turned. Otherwise, why would you be leaving Ricky Funes? You feel me? If it was just about your hand getting injured, why would you leave Ricky Funes for Andy Lee? But that's a step up, bro. Look at what Andy Lee did with Joseph Parker.
Yeah, exactly. And let's just be honest. These three guys, Shiraz, Berlanga, Munguia, they're all auditioning for that co-main slot. Because what if Hamza wins and then we get Hamza and Jaime in the co-main?
I'll take it. And now I'll say this. Maybe it's the Mexican in me. I don't know. But I think Jaime beats him. Oh yeah. I'm cool with Jaime beating Edgar. I'm cool with Jaime beating Edgar or Shiraz. Like that's an easy pick for me. Like what happened to Jaime was that's the blowjob from the fat girl. You know that's fucking the ugly girl at work. Sometimes shit happens. But that's that shit happens, dog. Like
and Jaime's in the camp with Canelo now. He's getting better, and I think that's why Canelo felt bad for him and carried him, Jules. He at least showed up trying to beat Canelo. Not like fucking Plant, not like fucking Jermell and Edgar.
Now, I think Jaime is going to be on point. I think this is going to be a butchering. Is what it's going to be. I don't think that's going to go 6 rounds. I think Jaime is going to get him out of there quick, and it'll be with relative ease, so there won't be wear and tear. And he'll have more than enough to bring to a September co-main with either Edgar Berlanga. I'll say this. I'm not sure about that. You know why? That shit is for July, Drew. That card is for July.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like it'd be
that's
a quick turnaround.
That's too quick a turnaround.
It is, but if it's the Netflix payday, you know fucking how greedy Keith Connolly is. He'll sell out Edgar for that.
But I don't know if they're gonna bring him back that fast. To fight July 11th, then you basically gonna go right back into camp after that. Basically, from right after that, you go back into camp. All of August, you in camp for a September show. I don't know.
You're right, and I agree there. If it's under 6, let's say he starches them out under 6, then yeah. If it goes a full 12, no.
But also, Edgar got to come through his shit relatively, unscathed. He got to come through his shit. So we'll see. Shout out to motherfucking Joshua Kunju. Off topic, Jules. Mike was right. Sinners is a solid movie. Have to see it on IMAX. Enhances the experience. Next is the movie Warfare. Yeah, but I wanted to see Sin. I already wanted to see Sinners because
we'll take the wife, man.
That's what I'm gonna do. Either this week or the week after that. Because of Ryan Coogler. Remember, Ryan Coogler, Creed is his baby. He made all of that, and you could see a difference in the first Creed and all that bullshit that came. Like, yeah, that shit was trash. Like second, look, that shit. Them my last two. They kind of trash, bro. Like, yeah, they kind of
training in the hot desert. Come on, bro.
You got a motherfucker that just did a bid. First thing he do out of jail is he get a title shot. That's kind of fantasy island shit is this, bro?
Fucking Perkins, bro.
What type of PBC? That's type of PBC bullshit, man.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's some Edgar Berlanga shit. He fucking just fought a dude that got out of bid.
Yeah, but he's not a champion, though. Like, remember, his man does whatever, like a 30-year bid, whatever it was.
The champ for Puerto Rico,
you know what's funny though? Can you imagine if Tiafimo was in that Creed universe and that happened? He'd be saying that shit about black fighters.
Nah, you know what? I need him to lose, bro. I need that little motherfucker to lose.
He's gonna lose. Yo, you know he's broke. Apparently, he's broke.
Ooh,
completely broke.
Teal, completely broke.
Teal?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he did get divorced to a stewardess, so he got fucked.
To the cleaners.
I was watching
him and Ryan. Apparently, they said that on the Boxing Voice, and Ness heard it too as well.
That they ran through all their money. It's hard to believe Ryan is broke because he made so much more money than Teal.
He had all them lawsuits as well too, bro.
No, Ryan. I told you, Juice. Ryan be at the casinos out here gambling, fucking
yeah,
There
losing
he
money
you go.
playing
gambles.
There
Yeah,
you
poker.
that's
go.
what they said.
Now
They
that
said
I
he
could
gambles.
believe that if you lost, because you could lose a lot of money real fucking
Yeah,
fast
they
at them
said he gambled
tables.
his money for Ryan. For Tio, he just lost. I don't know how he lost the money, but they said he lost.
Well,
It.
he never made much to begin with.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like,
I
he
mean,
know
had
how
a
he's
much did
whole
just.
that
lot to
puto?
lose.
How much did that puto lose on that bet to Errol Spence? So you know he bets fucking stupid.
Yeah,
He
Ryan
does.
got a gambling
What was
problem.
it? It was 20,000 he bet on that shit, bro.
25 for Rolly and
Damn.
Tank. Yep.
Motherfucker's
That's
stupid. I don't understand. Like, why am I betting 25 G's? Like, why?
and he bet that on
I
Rolly of all people. Like you fucking
fuck out of
retard.
here.
Hey,
I'll be right back after these commercials.
Yo, wait, turn off the music, please. That shit's annoying.
Shut up, Michael. So I
yo,
got a
so
question for you guys. I got a
He
question
feels
for
like
you
he's
guys.
in an elevator waiting to go up.
What happens if Jaime loses?
His
oh my
career
God.
is
It's over.
done.
Yeah.
Well, I was
Over.
gonna ask that. Who has more to lose? And that night, Jaime Munguia, like, when he meets with Bruno, like, you think that Bruno got more to lose or Jaime does? For you know what I mean? Like,
I think it's Jaime because he's the one that's known. I mean, he's a name. He's Mexican.
yeah, and it's
Bruno,
Mexican
you're
weekend.
French, bro.
Mexican weekend in front of your people. Saul's the main event. Like, I think there's a lot of pressure on the kid, but you're facing the guy that just laid you flat on your back. You could have all the confidence in the world, but that guy knocked you out. So, I mean, that's got to be tough. You train to have a short memory, but sometimes you go in the fight. They ask the fighter, "You think you're going into this fight too fast?" They asked Devin Haney the same, and like what I didn't like in Devin Haney's situation is that he did the entire bid with Ryan. It was like it was his girl, and he was doing the bid on the phone with him.
Yo, speaking of Haney, I saw that sit down they did, all four of them, all six of them.
Yeah,
God damn, Tail was so fucking annoying.
I mean, just trying to like listen. If I was Teofimo Lopez, I would go back to the hotel room and just fucking smash the window on the mirror and just rip my hair out because I'm on a card that I'm not even the co-main event. I'm the only one up here with a real belt, and Rolly got the main event. Rolly above
Who
me
cares? Because
because
Tio don't sell.
but that's not the point. Inside of his warrior spirit, Tio must feel like he's the better fighter, hands down.
Well,
And in
no,
this
no, no,
world,
no, 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 no. If he
he's
had a
better than
real warrior,
Rolly.
come on, bro. If he had a real warrior spirit, he could admit
I'm,
he lost to Cambosis.
now he's talking about what Tio feels like.
What
That's what
Tio?
I'm saying. If Tio had a
Stop. But
real warrior
no, I'm
spirit,
not.
he'd be self-aware and know that he lost the battle to
No. That
Cambosis
doesn't.
and not
Okay,
make
okay. Wait.
excuses.
Whoa. You're taking warrior spirit and you're adding it with common sense. I'm sorry, he doesn't have that.
A warrior
Okay, you
spirit
could
is
you
common
could
sense,
be
bro.
dumb as
Have you
hell.
done any
You could be
studying
dumb
of
as
Sun
hell.
Tzu and warrior culture? Nah, bro.
No. That's
Nah,
your
bro. I don't
definition,
know. You
brother.
talking nonsense
Yo,
here. You talking
That's your
nonsense.
definition. That's your
that
definition.
that line was fucking weird when he said, "I beat my ass." Like,
Okay,
what?
Yeah, nah, bro. Like, no,
okay.
don't equate the warrior spirit that's something that's sacred with a fucking idiot crack baby, bro. Stop it.
Okay, but don't equate what you define as a warrior spirit to Tio and what my definition is. That's what you're doing.
I'm actually
once again,
citing sources of what people say the warrior spirit is from
sources. I wasn't
experts.
talking sources. I was just
Not
talking
some fucking guy
an
with a raspy
expression.
voice, his opinion.
Well, that's what we all do here. We share our opinions.
Yo, what is that?
I don't know.
That ain't me.
Drew, you on that bullshit again?
Here with this goddamn making excuses for Tio.
I'm not making any excuses.
Wait, you see how he doesn't hear the echo? I'm gonna ask you, Drew.
What?
There goes.
No, my shit was muted. Watch, I'll go on mute right now.
It's undefeated doing that dumb shit.
No, it's not.
There you go. You see us stop.
Yeah, that was that Mike.
Man,
Yeah,
we
we
ain't never getting on the zone.
I hear echo.
What's he doing? Or is it country? Damn, it's loud as fuck.
Hey.
Is it Leo? Is it Leo?
I think it's gone.
Is it Leo?
That was Ignacio. Yo, who the fucking?
Yeah, that's weird.
You didn't even know who it was, and you just came in blaming it.
Because I let it.
Yo, is that me?
Yeah, that's you, man.
Oh, my bad.
Hey.
All right, I'll jump back on right now. I didn't know. My bad.
But Shiraz versus Berlanga, that's a 50-50, y'all. That's a 50-50. Shiraz is a better boxer than that dude, has a better corner than that dude, but I don't trust the chin.
60-40.
60-40 in favor of who?
Shiraz.
Bro, you just picked Berlanga.
Bro, Edgar is. Well, I told you I didn't know who I was gonna pick first. Now that I know he's with Andy Lee.
Nah, soon as Leo got here, he showed his pussy. Yeah, soon as
Leo
got here, this motherfucker's gonna be able. No, because soon as Leo, listen, he's talking a lot. Bro, I said that shit when you said that shit, and he's like, yeah, but I don't trust Pakistani chins. Soon as Leo got here, soon as Leo got here, he changed his shit.
No, but it was just listening to a sound argument from people he can trust.
That's what I mean. That he was on his country shit. Like, I'm gonna pick whoever Leo pick. Basically, Leo pick. Whatever Leo say, I'm with that shit.
So Michael was trying to be Switzerland.
So Jules,
Mike, you be
where does
complaining a
Tio
lot.
go if he loses this? Where does he go from here?
To the DMs, to the unemployment line.
You'll be working where I'm working at.
No. In fairness, if he were to lose to Arnold, right, I could see Turkey offering him one more fight, but it'd be another fight that he lose, because that's
rematch.
That's how he rocking at that. Like, yeah, he'll bring you back, but it won't be for no bullshit. Like when Wilder lost to Parker, look at what he did. He put him in there with Zhang. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, he'll bring you back. That's what I'm saying. He'll bring you back, but it ain't gonna be for no bullshit.
By the way, I
have a
saw
rematch.
the Cheech and Chong movie. It was good, but it's disappointing because it's not like there are other movies. It's actually a documentary on their career.
Huh?
Riveting stuff, country. Way to pivot.
Yeah, I'm literally in the middle of a sentence about Teofimo, and he talking about Cheech. Like,
Jules, does Turkey bring him back at 47 with everybody moving up?
Probably, but the shit is, if you wasn't really like that at 140, you're not gonna be more like that at 147.
Tio is not going to 147, bro.
The best case scenario. Now that you mention it, is maybe he'll match the loser versus the loser. That if Tio loses to Barboza and Rolly loses to Ryan, then he might make Tio versus Rolly. Which he could. I mean, bro, if you can't beat Rolly, bro.
Retire.
No. If he loses rounds to Rolly, yeah, just hang it up, bro.
In general, like that should be for the resume that you got. To me, it would make it more obvious that, like, yo, you beat them dudes. I don't want to hate, but I'm like, yeah, you beat them on some angling shit. You beat Josh. He was inactive for a year. He had plantar fasciitis. He had already arguably lost to Jack Catterall. You beat Loma. Fair. You beat Loma. But he had a shoulder problem. When you say, it's the weirdest thing with him, because you're saying, okay, the only reason George beat me is because I was sick. Okay, the only reason you beat Loma is because he was injured then. You see how it works?
Oh, shit.
The only reason you beat Josh Taylor is because he was injured and inactive. That if we apply your logic, you giving yourself a pass to lose it. George didn't beat me. I beat me. Okay, then Loma beat himself. Josh Taylor beat himself.
And if we go at it, Tio's two best performances where it was definitive are fucking Taylor and fucking Richard Comey.
Honestly, yeah, the more decisive ones was Comey, because you know how I felt, Drew. I was not really. I gave him his flowers because he kept his word, but I was not impressed with what I saw. Like, nah,
No, not at all. And remember what the fuck he said after the Nakatani fight? I'm not fighting no guys taller than me anymore.
You about to fight one now. You about to fight one now.
Oh,
Let's
but
go.
Rosa is a lot taller than him.
Yeah,
bro,
Arnold.
I'm sold on that shit. I might put money on that.
I'm
too.
fucking with Arnold on this one, bro. Where Arnold? Where is he from in LA, bro? Where is he from?
He's from El Monte.
All right, I'm fucking with
Which
El
is
Monte,
the
So
bro.
fucking
hood.
it's like so El Monte is not LA proper, but it's like, you know, in New York, Jules, there's certain hoods that are not really from the city, so they got a chip on their shoulder and try to be more violent.
Yonkers.
That's where that's like where Arnold's from. They
Rhode
gotta have
Island.
more. They try to be more fucking down because they're
Did
not
you
from
just
LA.
say Rhode Island? Rhode Island.
Yo.
You think I know New York?
So it's like is it like equivalent to Texarkana? So it's not really Texas. It's pretty much the border of Arkansas.
It's still in
and
LA
Texas.
County, but it's not like LA.
Bro, fucking Grand Prairie. It's like 10, 20 minutes away from Dallas.
You trying to say
Oh,
you
shit.
trying to say
Okay.
Virgil not from Texas? Because that's where he from, dog. You from Grand
Bro,
Prairie?
I've been
shit.
in the gym with Virgil. What are you talking about? He's from Texas, but it's kind of like saying Grand Prairie. Motherfucker, that's Dallas.
So did his daddy get run out of Texas like they say?
It's still Texas.
I'm not
bro.
that deep in the gym, bro. I don't, I'm not like that.
Oh, so that's a yes. That's a yes.
Go ask him. Like, hey, did you get run out the gym? Run out of Texas?
Ignacio, now that Ignacio here, Shiraz Berlanga, who wins that fight?
The fans.
Shiraz by KO.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, spicy.
Oh.
I don't trust fucking Edgar. Let me go on the world tour after taking my worst L. Fucking
After
Berlanga.
facing two,
But
after
you trust the
facing two
Pakistani chin more than that.
Yeah, because he's with Ricky Funes. Who the fuck's cornering Berlanga?
No, he's not.
Andy
left
No, he's not. He's with Lee.
He's with Andy Lee now. But that's still good.
Oh, well,
makes
that's
me
an
trust him even
improvement. I
more.
mean, that's not a step backwards.
That's even better, if you ask me.
But Edgar
that's
Berlanga
still
did
good.
beat Two-Face from Batman, so he may have some power from
Yeah,
that.
like he really. Did y'all see that dude? He didn't have no
That's
pigment in
fucked
his
up.
beard. Y'all ain't see that shit? All
Bro.
that shit was white, bro.
It
Like
looked like
Oh,
the
y'all
left
some
side of his face. It
assholes.
looked like he had a
motherfucker
stroke.
beat
You
Harvey
ain't
Dent,
You
bro.
ain't right.
He looked like a Dalmatian. He
Michael,
looked like a
get your
Puerto
boy
Rican
Kanye though,
Dalmatian.
Michael.
He
Get
looked
your
like a
boy Kanye
Dalmatian
after he
or something.
tweeted that today.
Ignacio, Puello versus Matias. Who wins that fight?
Let's go.
Come on now, that's an easy.
Man,
It's not.
I want Matias to win, but I just have a feeling fucking Pollo is gonna stick and move to try to win a decision.
I actually don't know who wins that fight, honestly.
Right,
shit
Matias
is-
is getting pushed.
I
Nah,
think
but I
think
Matias
Puello-
is
gonna
I
knock
think
him
Matias
out.
gonna bludgeon him. It
one at a
takes a
time.
lot to go through
One
a
at a
Matias
time,
fight.
fellas, because it's like 10 people trying to answer the question that I asked Ignacio. The shit about Puello that you have to give him is he's been under pressure before with Gary Antoine Russell. Gary's not small. Gary's not some little dude that you could scrappy do him. You know what I mean? He handled that. It wasn't a great fight, but he handled that. So he's not in unfamiliar territory. I would like for Matias to win. Really, I would like for Matias to be fighting Hitchens, but it is what it is. He's fighting Puello. And I do
And
think,
Brooke-
Puello stands a chance. Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah, because of that style. That fucking style of his is gonna make it difficult for Subriel. The only way Subriel wins is if he can cut off the ring effectively.
And he don't
Outside
do
of that, he ain't gonna win.
He doesn't
Well,
really do
So
that.
how many Puerto Ricans are on the card? 3? Him,
Three.
Shakur, Berlanga. Did they
Yeah.
go 3-0?
Oh, those some hard ass fights, bro. Like them shits ain't easy to call. Leo, who
Wait,
wins
who?
Puello versus Matias?
Yeah, well, I will have to go with Pollo.
You're gonna go with Puello.
Yeah, because I think people are now are figuring out Subriel. That he's formidable, but he is limited, and with a good stick and move, clinch, 2-3 punches at a time, piling the points. If you can withstand his power, you're gonna win. And I think Pollo has I think Pollo has enough punch resistance to withstand 12 rounds if he sticks to the game plan. And I don't think he's gonna go for a firefight with fucking Subriel Matias. I don't think so.
Ahora te voy a decir dos cositas. This is not an IBF anything, so there's no 10-pound rehydration cap. That helps Matias. You know, every other fight that he's had, he's been subject to a 10-pound rehydration cap via the IBF. Not this time. This is for the WBC. They don't have that. That's one.
True,
Two,
Jules, but I
wait,
just
wait,
want
wait,
to
wait, wait,
point
wait,
out.
wait, wait,
Oh,
wait. No. You don't point out shit. Two, it's not like Puello looked all that hot with Sandor Martin. Did y'all see that shit?
Hey, to be fair, wait.
Yeah, but
To
they
give him
don't
some
fight
credit,
nothing alike.
Yeah, they don't fight nothing like. And Sandor was doing some good work there. He was.
Sandor wasn't being the way that Sandor fought Tio is not how he fought Puello. He was crowding him. He was crashing the pocket. He was throwing combinations. He wasn't on the back foot being a back foot Betty. You know what I'm saying? He was fighting. And if Sandor could do that with no power, what could Matias do with power?
yeah, Jules, but then, like I said, the one thing about big pressure fighters, you never want to over rehydrate them when they're coming into a fight because then they'll be sluggish and slow. Like Margarito never packed on 20 pounds when he rehydrated. Usually he was only fighting 12 to 14 pounds above his weight class. So you kind of want to be in that sweet spot if you're Matias, where you're more like a junior middleweight coming into the ring instead of a middleweight.
It won't matter because he's already been at 140 for a long time. So that rehydration clause will actually do him good because he's been killing himself at 140 for years now.
I honestly think that the minute Puello goes for the exchange, because sometimes he likes to do that, that's where he's going to find he's in trouble. The minute
You got
he goes
Matias.
for exchanges, the Matias is going to fuck him up.
You got Matias then.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Okay, so we got 2 Puello, 1 Matias, basically, because
I
Leo
got
has
Matias.
Puello. 2 and 2. 2 Puello, 2 Matias.
See, now that Leo has Puello,
You
I
didn't
have
ask me,
Puello as
Jules.
well. That's what I'm gonna
Caesar,
do.
who you got?
I got Matias. I think he'll do a decent job cutting off the ring and pressuring him after, because he did look bad against Sandor Martin. So I got Matias.
I'll say that Matias has that sneaky power. He'll land shit. Doesn't look like much when he lands it, but it does a lot of damage. And I just can't get that image of Puello out of my head getting lumped up by Sandor Martin. A dude from Spain did that to you, bro.
Sandor did some good work there, man.
I'm not. That's my point, bro. A dude from Spain was lighting your ass up.
Yeah, but Sandor was a little bit more crafty with it. But I mean, we'll see.
I think that they say a lot about Subriel Matias not boxing these guys and that boxers are going to be his kryptonite. But ironically, he fought a lot of boxers, and a lot of the guys that started fighting him were moving on their feet. They had to stand their ground because Matias was bludgeoning them.
Yeah,
he doesn't have like this one punch knockout power, but he definitely has 2 sledgehammers.
He breaks you down.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, he made 5 tough men quit on the stoop in a row. And you had a bad night, whatever, talking to it. But I'm not gonna hold Subriel to that. And I think he's hungry. And thank you, Puello, for giving him this shot and maybe the best man win.
Yeah. And if does Dalton Smith, what out of those 2 guys, who does Dalton Smith stand a better chance of beating? Because he's the mandatory to the green belt.
I think he beats Puello easier than he beats Matias.
Really? Después de esa vaina este sábado?
Yeah. Yeah, Jules, because he beat the shit out of the Jermaine. The only difference was that Jermaine literally fought to survive. He didn't fight to win. He fought to survive, and he beat the shit out of him.
I would say, even though I fuck with Matias, stylistically, I think that's the more stylistically easier fight. Dalton Smith is strong as fuck. And the fact that he wouldn't have to chase him. Now, it is dangerous that you don't want to trade with Subriel Matias, bro. Like, but you might land your shit. Whereas with Puello, you're going to have to chase him all night, bro. He can fight a better version of the fight that Jermaine fought. He can. I don't know.
He can, but Smith is a big guy too, so it's not like it would be an easy task for Puello to be able to just stick and move the whole time. I honestly think Matias is going to take something out of him, even if he wins.
ASVP said Sinners was great. Highly recommend. Yeah, I heard that.
Lots
Everybody,
of sexy bitches in that movie. I can't lie
yo,
to
I
you,
love
bro.
sexy bitches, bro.
Yo,
Sexy
Jamie
Johnny's bitch in that
Lawson,
shit.
Haley, what's her face? Haley.
Haley Steinfeld, bro.
Yeah, that bitch,
Haley
man.
Steinfeld.
She was doing it for me.
Kramer.
I can't lie.
Shout out to Mr. Calderon. I got Hamza because I'm not gained off speculations and suspicious chins. Edgar has been dropped twice. That is true.
That
If
is
you could
true.
get dropped by fucking Marcelo Coceres, bro, did y'all see what Diego Pacheco did to that same Marcelo Coceres? He beat his motherfucking ass.
Who was the other guy that
Billy Joe knocked his ass out.
That's what I'm
who's the other
saying, and
guy
that's the
that,
dude, and
knocked
that's
him
the
down?
dude that exposed Edgar. Like, yeah, that's where the expose starts, bro. Exposed your ass. That's a good point. That Hamza, you don't need to be Superman to knock Edgar on his ass, bro. Is the point?
That's true. And what Coceres hit him with was like a timing shot. It wasn't even that hard.
Yeah, it was.
He caught him coming in.
And there's nothing to suggest that Edgar actually got better. There's nothing there to say that he really got better. Look at the dude you last fought, dog. A strong wind could have knocked that dude down.
To be honest with you, he's not even supposed to be. He's not even supposed to be at this
That
level
guy-
yet because he
Fucking
skipped
Harvey
steps,
Dent.
bro. Getting that Canelo fight, he skipped steps. I remember when that shit was announced, I was like, how did he already get this fight? He doesn't even have a former champion on his record.
Yeah, the WBA gifted him a Reggie title. You know, to you could see like y'all did that so he could get the Canelo fight. That's why y'all
Yeah.
did that, so he could
He
get
had
the
no
Canelo
business
fight.
to being there in the ring with Canelo.
And I'm like this Hamza Shiraz shit aside, I don't think he beat nobody. I don't think he beat Mabili, Munguia, Pacheco,
Oh my god,
Melakuziev.
Billy
He-
would kill this dude.
He
Bro.
don't beat none of them dudes. So
Billy would literally.
I
And
wonder
he knows
what Funes did.
Yo. What about Demetrius Andrade if he comes back? Fights
nobody
Man,
want.
Berlanga?
Come on,
Jamil,
why
come
you
on,
going?
man.
Kick that guy out of here, bro.
What
Yo,
you
chill,
Oh my
mean?
motherfuckers.
God.
He is the
Stop
great
that
Demetrius
shit.
Andrade, yo.
Motherfuckers is talking about boxing, okay? We don't need to be talking about no Demetrius Andre, but we're talking about boxing.
You gotta chill
Bro,
before
like-
Eson comes in here, man.
For
Chill
real,
out, man.
exactly, bro. He gonna come in here start talking about Gennady Golovkin and shit. The days of Gennady
Shit.
Golovkin and
That's
shit,
Conor
bro.
McGregor.
Yo, that card, honestly, now I think about it, that card is only missing Mabili, bro. Add
Yeah, but
Mabili
that's
to
not
that bitch.
that's not the whole card, you know. That's really only 4 fights. Zapeda, Stevenson,
add Mabili.
Morel Katayev, Berlanga Shiraz, and what's the other one? Puello Matias. That's only 4 fights. You know
Yep.
there's gonna be like
Yeah.
6.
Y'all
How
know
is that
that
not
New York
six?
shit doesn't have an undercard? It's just gonna be what's his face?
My
Ryan
dude,
Rolly.
that's okay. I don't care. That's cool. Sometimes it be too many fights on the undercard, bro. Sometimes, like,
That's
if it's
true,
just
that's
gonna be
true.
them 3, I'm cool. But I heard
Yeah.
it's
All right,
another
Jules.
fight on that. I heard it's another fight on that show. It's not just those. I heard it's another fight on that show.
Jules, so are you gonna go to the show, the Rolly show, or are you gonna go to this card instead now?
No, I'm gonna sit right the fuck here, look you in your motherfucking face, and drink my beer. What
I
the
think-
fuck? Fuck,
Y'all
I
think
want to
that's
be
a-
standing out. Fuck, I don't want to stand outside. Like, do you know how comfortable I am? I could drink my beer. I
Go,
could
you
fart.
can get some interviews, bro. Go.
Man,
Get some
fuck
fucking interviews,
my
bro.
fucking
Stop being
dick with
fucking
fucking
lazy, man.
interviews, bro.
Well,
Make
Hey.
a casting
out there and
couch.
shit.
Make a casting couch.
Go
Hey,
to
Edgar Berlanga, are you gonna get a haircut after this? Man, get the fuck
go to
outta
Japan.
here,
Go to
bro.
Japan for Inoue and get the interview, bro. Go to
Hey,
Japan.
what if the boxers be like, yo, is Ring IQ? What up, yo? What would you say
Motherfuckers
back?
is gonna whoop my asses. This is that motherfucker that you know what I'm saying? You see what I just did to Shakur? Made his eyes all big and shit.
They're
You know
gonna
what I'm
be
saying?
kicking Jules' ass.
Shakur
You had motherfuckers
Shakur will-
upset with that picture, bro.
Shakur
Yeah,
try
but-
and punch
Jesus Christ.
punch you
Yeah,
as hard
but
as
it's
he
only
can.
ugly motherfuckers that's upset, to be real with you, because
You motherfucker.
I'm saying, like, if you ugly, then yeah, any joke like that is gonna really, really, really offend you. Anybody else could get the fucking joke, dog. Like if you sensitive about your looks, though, then yeah, you gonna why you did that, yo? That's not right.
Jules gonna be on the news for getting fucked up by a pro boxer and shit.
Trying to everybody gonna fuck yo. They gonna crucify me, dog. They gonna put.
You're a jumper, bro.
Oh,
You
you're
know
a
what I'm saying?
fucking dick.
You'll fucking kill me, dog. But yeah, like I noticed it's only ugly. Laugh, motherfucker. Life is short. Laugh. You know what I'm saying? Fuck is the matter
Don't
with a
take it
lot
too
of y'all?
serious. I think
Take
it's
yourself way too serious for
I
real.
think it's more embarrassing that Julio Cesar Jr. is coming back to fight Jake
Ew.
Paul.
Leo has Chavez winning.
What? The fuck you're talking about?
No, I'm saying no. Like, what
The way he
would you
said
be
that shit.
if you're Julio Cesar Senior? Wouldn't you be fucking pissed? Like, dog, you're my son. Why are you fighting a YouTuber?
Es que
too
ya
This
se
what
late.
it
I don't
sabe.
think
comes
there's
to.
anything else
This
he
the
could
thing.
do to
Ya
disappoint.
se sabe. With Chavez, like Julio knows, Senior knows, that is, that este tipo un fracaso, bro. Like, it's established he's not his father's son. And it's been that way for like at least, what, Drew,
Yeah,
10, 15 years?
over
Everybody's
15.
known, like, the writing is on the wall, dog. He is not his father, you know? He's not his father.
Yeah,
Does
that's
he
why
still
he's always
confirm
looking
him
at
as his son?
Canelo, like, that's why he's always looking at Canelo like that's the son I wish I always had.
Yeah,
Bro,
like at least he getting money. At least he about to be in the main event. He about to get a lot of money. He could afford, you know, the next hit. So that's the silver lining. But other than that, everybody know what's gonna happen. Like all jokes aside, Jake Paul probably beats him, bro. In
yeah, I think
fairness,
Julio
probably beats him.
Senior probably deleted off his contacts, deleted Junior off his contacts
Yeah,
after he
he's not
lost to
on his
David Silva.
Facebook anymore, bro.
I
They
will
they're not
say,
even
and I don't
Facebook
want
friends.
to. I don't really
Fucking
want to talk about Jake Paul that much, but I will say, if Junior's in shape, he beats him. Like Jake
Yeah, of
Paul's
course.
ass.
This the look.
Oh my god.
Honestly,
Michael.
yes. Honestly, yes. You're right. If,
Wait,
but
if
in shape, Chavez is tantamount to focused Broner. It's
wait.
like, bro,
Let
what are we
let
doing,
Damn.
bro?
let Leo talk. Leo, what were you gonna say,
Go
bro?
ahead, Leo. Go ahead, Leo.
No. Don't do that shit. Don't do that fucking because it's.
Leo,
I'm gonna repeat myself. It's every time Jake Paul has a fight, all motherfuckers start speculating. No, but because this other guy, if Mike is in shape and his focus is
Wait.
no Jake Paul. The best matchmaking in the business is coming from Jake Paul.
That's true.
Jake Paul
Yeah,
That's true.
wait.
knows
Did y'all speaking
that
of
the
what Leo said, did y'all see what Jake put out today? Well, it wasn't Jake, but did y'all see that video of him supposedly getting dropped?
no.
No,
supposedly getting dropped
I don't
on
follow Jake
sparring.
Paul, to be
Somebody
honest
said
with
it to me on the group chat, and it's like, man, it's just another fucking hype. It ain't. Jake's winning, probably by knockout.
No,
By
I
knockout.
don't know if I'm knockout, but
Chavez Jr. has a better chance of going to drug rehab than he does of winning that fight.
Thank you,
Nah.
thank you.
you.
But doesn't he have a
Damn.
chin? Junior has a chin though. He
Not
hasn't
at
been like that.
39 and being washed up, bro. This is
He's
the
But
same
who
dude
39.
who
who
has
lost
knocked
to
out
fucking
Junior though?
Anderson Silva.
He's
But who has
39.
stopped
Yeah,
Junior
he's
though?
39.
God
Who
damn.
stopped Junior though? Like in his whole career, nobody.
Yeah, but if Junior wakes up for one
Fucking
round,
Bro, but he
cocaine.
lost to a 47-year-old Anderson Silva.
Anderson's. I
Like,
mean,
what the fuck?
he came in overweight. He didn't even want to win actually.
And you
Low
really
key, he
think he's
should.
going to come motivated for a Jake Paul fight?
I mean, if it's cruiserweight, maybe, because I think he knows he's gonna get that bag. He's gonna be like, you know what? Let me try with this
He's
motherfucker.
going
I
to get
can't
that
lose to
bag
a YouTuber.
regardless, bro. They're using him for his name, not for
He's
any
gonna,
other fucking reason.
he's gonna get a dime bag. That's it.
A crack too. Yo, y'all seen that where he's in that interview, he's just looking around. He doesn't blink not once. Just looking for a whole full minute
Oh,
of just
I
not
saw,
blinking, bro.
I saw
Maybe
it.
I,
Like
the
his,
wait,
nigga, the
maybe
nigga's
he's
on
Oscar De
fucking
La
crack,
Hoya's son
bro.
instead. Maybe.
yeah, but
Maybe.
Nah, Michael. His
the
old man had issues with coke too. Except his old man got
Yeah,
cleaned up and straightened himself out.
Well, you see,
yeah, that's
Oscar's
true.
never
the thing
cleaned up, so
about
maybe he's Oscar's.
the thing about Jake Paul is it's difficult to humble yourself and recognize that because we are used to watch the highest levels of the sport. We're talking about Inoue, Canelo, Bivol, Beterbiev. Those are the greats of our era.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Paul is not even close to that level. But if you're talking about he can fight, yeah,
You're telling us?
he can fight. And for a guy he can fight, he's gonna have a chance against a guy that's washed up, like like Chavez.
It's,
Excuse me,
it,
like
it,
Mike
it's
Tyson.
never
Mike
gonna be a
Tyson is
real
old as
fight.
fuck.
It's never gonna be a real fight.
No, I'm not even saying that is paying these motherfuckers to lose. Is Jake Paul knows very well who to fight and when.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think
Leo, but at the same time, though, honestly, what kind of a how can you legitimately say he can fight when he lost to a guy like Tommy Fury,
I think
who's literally not better than Chavez?
he's done some good for
I'm
boxing, though, man.
I'm telling
I
you,
think
Yeah,
Tommy
it's not a
Fury
I
question.
paid the
watched.
judges.
Let me ask you. Let
Okay.
me answer the question. I watched that fight and I thought that Jake won.
Wait, which fight?
The Jake Paul
Against
versus
Tommy
Tommy Fury
Fury?
fight.
The Tommy
Yeah.
Oh man,
Salami.
that shit was hard to finish. Can't lie to you.
Yeah, that shit was hard to watch, but
Well,
that fight didn't convince me he could fight a real pro fighter.
But
I
he
give
fought a
Jake
real
Paul the.
look.
I
He fought a real pro fighter. He had a controversial loss. For me, it was controversial. It wasn't clear.
Real,
yeah.
define real pro fighter when it comes to Tommy Fury.
Yeah, this is
Well,
what
no,
I'm.
what I'm
Wait,
saying,
wait,
Michael,
listen.
is that you cannot compare a guy like Jake Paul and sit here and say he's got legitimate talent when the one guy he fought who was a real pro fighter in Tommy Fury beat him. And
Yeah,
Tommy Fury is not an elite guy. He's not even
like
a C level guy.
Jake Paul is
This
elite
this is what I'm
marketing. Like
saying.
he's
Yeah,
Forget
elite
but
about Jake.
marketing. It's just
I give
marketing.
Yeah,
I give
forget
Jake Paul
about Jake
the.
Paul. Forget about Jake Paul even approaching that elite level because it's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
No.
This is a show. This is a
No.
spectacle.
Not even like
Yes.
You
And
you watch. I would say because I'm gonna buy it. One, because I want to make fucking money, and Jake Paul's great for metrics. That's proven. Whenever I do a live stream during one of his events, it does great just off of the commercials, not even the donations, just off of the commercials. It pays. But also, you watch a Jake Paul fight for the same reason you watch the WWE, in the sense that it's something to watch. It's entertainment. Take it for what it is, but he's not gonna. I mean, unless the WBA just decides to manufacture a title for him, he's never gonna be an elite level boxer.
he's never gonna
But
actually
I
be
think he's
ranked.
the
Wait,
best female promoter in the world right now.
yeah,
No,
I think
I
so.
would say that. I would
That's the
definitely
only
say
reason
that.
I don't shit on him too hard, because what he's been doing with boxing, with
Well,
MVP,
that's
it's
what I
actually
was
been
just
really
saying,
good.
but you
It's
guys
actually
didn't
Yeah.
let
been
me get a
really
word
good.
in edgewise.
Yeah.
My bad, country. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. It's cool. I mean, but he's done a lot for boxing, even though he's a shitty fighter. His promoting is great. I mean,
Yeah.
like you
Shit,
said, you guys are saying, and Michael brought up. I mean, look what he's doing.
He
And he has a
landed
good card. Yo,
Netflix, man.
Doricos, yo,
He landed Netflix, man.
I
are you
mean,
going
with
with Doricos?
Doricos, no. I'm not. I think Zerto's gonna go back to fighting. It could happen though, Michael. Like it, yeah, it could happen. If you step wrong, if you exit the pocket wrong, and he gets the handout, you could go out, dog. Like he hits that hard, but it's just you talking about a dude that's 39. He ain't been that active the last couple of years. So even though you got the power, you got to be able to land it, bro. And I don't trust that he'll be able to land it. I figure Zerto gonna go back to how he used to fight at 68. Crowd him, beat him up on the inside. Just stay on top of him. Don't let him get the handout. And he should win a points decision. I don't really see Zerto knocking him out. If he do, I'll be impressed. What do you say, Leo?
About the Dorticos fight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do agree. I think it's gonna go to decision. Um, I don't know if Dorticos is gonna be able to hurt or even land something significant on Zurdo, because Zurdo has been working on his movement and his footwork, so it should be a winnable fight. It's dangerous, but it should win.
What do you see him doing after that? Like, do you guys think he'll fight Jai or nah, he's not doing
Oh
that.
God, no.
No.
It's not up
Nobody,
to him.
no, but so
You
no,
think
so let's
Oscar would allow
establish.
that, bro?
Let's establish. No one on the panel thinks that Zerto will fight Jai. No one.
Yeah, he fights him.
I think there's a shot.
Bro,
He
Okay.
fights
bro,
him.
look, wait.
Well-
Look how long it took us to get his Zapeda fight, bro. And after them talking the most shit as well, too.
Bro,
The shit is that there's the shit is that there are more winnable fights out there. Ponmotu. Zerto versus the winner of Michaelian versus Jack is much more winnable than a Jaio Pataya fight.
Yeah.
Much more winnable. Zerto versus Benavides. That's still to me, yeah, that is
That's
happening.
easy.
To
That's
me,
easy money. That's easy.
Zordo's
that's
limited.
happening.
Zordo's limited, but he ain't no bitch, bro. He got in there with Bevo, even though he got his ass whooped.
He's not a bitch, but
he
he's
gets
not a
into what
bitch, but no
Opataya.
es stupid. He's not stupid either. Where's
Yeah.
Opataya going? Where's Opataya? Where are you going, bro? What are you gonna do? You better wait. You better wait. I'm gonna go beat this motherfucker up, and you better wait,
He's not gonna
motherfucker.
fight him,
What
but
about Diego
Oscar
Pacheco?
won't allow it.
But Jules, how much longer? How much longer is Opataya gonna make cruiserweight?
What I was thinking is, vamos a decir that Zordo does fight David Benavidez right after Dorticos. Well, then Opataya could go unify with the winner of Jack versus McKaylee, and that then becomes the winner of that fight. That then becomes their only option. No, matter of fact, I'm bugging Chris Billum Smith. I just remembered.
Bugging, bro.
He's fighting this weekend for those that don't know. And I could see either Badu Jack or Noel McKaylian giving him a shot because he's beatable and he pays. He pays good money.
Wait, CBS is fighting this weekend?
Yep, on the undercard of some fucking guy. Who knows where they found that fucking guy? He's on the undercard of Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank.
Oh yeah, that's also this week. Yo, we haven't even spoken about that shit.
I mean, who you got winning, Michael? You got winning.
I'm
you
going
want to
my
spoke?
boy Conroy,
You want to spoke
man.
on that shit?
I'm going.
You got one for Conroy.
Conroy, bro.
Ignacio, who's winning the fight? Conroy.
Eubank.
Okay, one for Conroy, one for Chris. Caesar, who's winning? Conroy or Eubank?
I got it a draw. Just kidding. I got Eubank. I got
Eubank. Two for
Yeah,
Eubank. Undefeated, Conroy or Eubank? Who wins?
Conor Benn via knockout 8th round.
Woo! 2 and 2. I like this shit. I like Leo. Who's winning?
Chris.
Three.
Eubank.
Oh, three for Chris. Country. Who you got?
I got Ben.
3. Oh, damn, this tight. Round 1. Who's winning?
Chris Eubank.
How the fuck would we know?
4.
That's 4.
Damn. And Michael, wait, I already picked. Damn. So
Michael
most
picked
of the panel has Chris Eubank Jr. winning the fight. Most
Fucked
of it.
up,
You know,
man.
Shah has him winning the fight too. Shah,
Yeah.
fine as fuck.
He is. Yo, you see the father though? I can't lie. I don't blame him. Like he's definitely. You can see the worry on his face, and
Yeah, because not to be fucked up, bring up fucked up shit, but he lost the son. Psychologically, he's not right after that. So
but also like what Chris is doing, it is dangerous. Like that weight, going to that weight for him, it is dangerous. It's been
the
years.
shit is that it's the only way for Chris to make money, because say that Chris wasn't doing this, well, what would be the biggest fight for him? He's not gonna win a title from anybody,
It's the
bro.
only
He's
way
not
he can
beating
make
that.
money without actually having to fight anybody.
Yeah,
like dangerous.
He don't like you not beating Yanni Beck.
Yeah.
And even if you fought Yanni Beck, fighting Yanni Beck does not pay more than this. Fighting Lara.
Ben is small. He's moving up a lot of weights.
For real,
Tell me in the UK, him versus Hamza Shiraz doesn't make a crap.
Te lo voy a decir undefeated. By me, he would not have. De verdad, to me, he wouldn't beat Lara. I don't think he. I don't know. No,
Damn.
Lara.
Damn, you
Lara,
still trust the 50-year-old Lara, Jules?
more than Chris?
He made Danny
No, he got
cry.
knocked out by Liam Smith.
I'm not gonna lie,
Right.
Lara
True.
is getting to that Luisa Ortiz level of age, bro.
But at the same time, though, Jules, Lara's competition hasn't been all that great. Let's keep it real.
And Chris's has.
No, but I'm just saying, Lara's competition has not been great. Danny Garcia and Cornflake Lamana. Come on, bro.
Lara's
I'll
still knocking bitches out here, bro.
That's what sells it for me. That if Lara gets through with some shit, he can do what he does well enough that I think he would still beat Chris Eubank Jr. I think he would. Like Chris's ass, bro. Come on, he's ass.
Wow.
He's ass.
He's ass. He's pretty ass.
No,
know what I'm saying?
that's easy money.
Did
Lara
he
by
beat
knockout.
Miguel?
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
but
a
he
old
was.
Miguel?
Yeah, he was like él estaba acabado ya. De Gale, él estaba acabado.
No, is there
Yeah,
gonna be a rematch
Jules
clause,
calls the
though?
Gale a worn-out spare tire.
He was, bro. He's a bald tire.
He's a bald tire.
No, but Eubank didn't beat the girl. He beat the guy that beat the girl. Do you remember that guy?
Caleb
Wait.
Truex. No, he beat the Gale, bro. Remember, look. Remember.
I don't know. Who are you talking about?
We talking about Chris Eubank. Remember how it happened? DeGale loses the Caleb Truax, then beats him in the rematch. Then Jose Uzcategui becomes his mandatory. DeGale throws the IBF title in the air, fights in a pay-per-view with Chris Eubank. The PBC, it's the only pay-per-view they did in the UK that, and it flopped. It was supposed to be the UK takeover. They fought, and Chris Eubank won. That shit was ass. Garbage. But Chris won. He fought an old DeGale. He fought that. I think that's DeGale's last fight of his career.
Eubank is actually such a fraud. The dude, there's nothing real about this dude's career.
And that's why his dad's pissed off he's taking this fight, because he doesn't want Chris ruining his fucking legacy.
I think
it's too late for that shit.
I think I'm gonna nut the fuck up. I'm not gonna be a bitch like Leo, and I'm gonna go with Connor.
Yeah, fuck you.
You know why? There's one thing about this. There has to be a reason that his father is so afraid. There has what's the matter, bro? What's the matter? And I'm thinking
it's the weight, no?
It's the weight. No, it's the weight. You see your son getting knocked out, don't you? You see that, Connor ain't gonna feel good that he didn't have to make 147. He gonna feel great.
And you
Chris,
see what happened when he tried to do the weight cut last time? He got knocked out.
Yeah, Liam knocked him out. So
he knocked him the fuck out.
Nah, I ain't gonna front. If Chris win that fight, his ass is in the money. If he win that his ass is in the money. But
look, my thoughts on that subject are this. What I remember about the tragic, very tragic death of Chris Eubank's senior son, he was swimming, and he he died from a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't fucking know what was his health status to that day. Mm-hmm. But if you are dying from a heart attack, I imagine as a father, you are thinking, every one of my childs can die from a heart attack, because you have to be susceptible in some way to die from a heart attack at such a young age.
Yeah.
So if you are diminish your health by cutting weight, you're gonna be scared as fuck.
Was that dude?
Great point.
Go ahead.
Good, Michael.
Was that dude his son? Was he overweight or something? Was he out of
shape?
No.
Seb even boxed, man. Seb boxed.
Bro.
He didn't.
Rare, bro.
He wasn't in it like Harlem because Harlem's not his son. But I'm just saying that he wasn't full on boxing as much as Harlem Eubank, Chris Eubank. But he did box. He had like a couple of fights, and he was young and he was slim. He wasn't like some fat, out of shape type of guy. Like, so for him to die of a heart attack, that was like, was he doing something else? Was he doing drugs? Because for him to die of a heart attack, looking the way that he looked and having boxed, it's like, does he have a condition? And
that's the thing. Risk factors as body weight and lifestyle habits are very important. But if you're dying from a heart attack before your 50s, if you're dying from a heart attack before your 50s, something was happening to your heart before that. And probably didn't have nothing to do with your lifestyle. And
so do you think it's something genetic? Like they have a predisposition towards?
I don't fucking know. But his father, he must be freaking out, because if it happen to one of your sons, it can happen to your other sons.
Could come from the mom's side. Who knows?
Yeah, that's a good point. Doesn't have to be from Chris's side.
Because Chris is in shape. You can see.
But you know what the other thing is? I'll say this, Leo, that where I might disagree with that is Chris didn't have a problem with any of the other fights that Chris Eubank Jr. was taking on. He didn't have a problem. He didn't start panicking, because it's not like he hasn't been fighting. He has been fighting.
Was it at the same weight though?
Yes. When he fought Camille Zeremata, you didn't see Senior bugging out over that shit. He wasn't bugging out over the Liam Smith rematch. Even though he already got knocked out, you didn't see him panicking like this, which leads me to believe that I don't know if this is really about being afraid for your son or being afraid for your legacy. Your claim to fame is beating Nigel Benn. He can fuck that up. He can. The last chapter in this book is Chris getting his ass beat by Conroy. That's what I think is bothering him. Because when he fought Camille Zedemata in Saudi, Eubank Sr. was not complaining. He wasn't, no, this is terrible. We can't do this. He wasn't
He sounds
bugging
like
out
Bill Cosby.
he wasn't bugging out. Make it about Conor and pay attention that it was the same before 2 years ago. 2 years ago, he didn't like it. 2 years later, he didn't like it. But in between there, while Chris is taking fights, he's not complaining. He's not worried. He doesn't care. This one bothers you because if this motherfucker beats you, that's the Eubank legacy now. And there's nothing you can do about it unless you start having more kids.
Yeah,
sure if it
the
goes
other
that
thing
deep,
is, what I was about to say. No, I lost it.
You gotta stop
I'm-
smoking weed, Leo, man. You gotta stop smoking.
I'm not sure if it goes that deep where that the people would accept the son's fighting to take over the father's fight. Either way, the father will argue it. But what he said was something interesting because I'm not sure when a father decides to let that hit him and he becomes worried for all his sons, whether it could have came from the mother's side or the father's side. I don't think that takes it out of his head. And I think that the weight cut, or for some reason, you know,
Sí, pero
it'll
te lo
start.
estoy diciendo que si, if it were really
It's just a
about,
possibility.
if it were really about de que no, que yo no quiero que he's cool with Chris boxing seemingly as long as it's not against Conor. He doesn't bitch about, he don't complain about nothing else. But when it's Conor, he is vehemently against it.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying he's right. I'm just I'm acknowledging what he was saying, and I guess I was just thinking it out loud, and you know, I'm not really saying that you're wrong.
No, yeah,
and
it's
that-
not a disagreement. It's just a
Yeah.
point of contention that
right.
I would agree with Leo that he is deathly afraid for his son, except he hasn't been. That's why I can't go with it, because he
Okay.
hasn't. When he took that fight with Camille Zedemata in Saudi Arabia, Chris Sr. didn't give a shit. He didn't say anything. He had no problem. But
That's
you
true.
think that was
bring
because of
Conor-
rapport at the time between the
they
father
don't-
and son?
No, because they're having a rift now. They're not getting along now. Pero tú no ves cómo él se está poniendo that he's.
Sí, sí,
Oh,
sí.
you have to.
Un poquito más. Yeah, yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
is
I've seen
your
it.
problem Chris fighting at all, or is it just him fighting Conor Benn? Because it looks like your real problem is just him fighting Conor Benn. That you're
Yeah,
okay with him to fight fucking all these other people, but not Conor Benn.
Sometimes
Julius,
old
I think
warriors
you're
get
right,
old.
but-
Sometimes old warriors get old and they get a little soft in their old age. And sometimes maybe the father is as confident with his son, and maybe he got to that point in his life where he's like, oh shit, like this shit could happen. You know, I don't know. You know,
I
I'm
don't
just
think he would be having this
paraphrasing.
reaction if it were Chris versus Josh Kelly. Feel me? I don't think he
okay.
would be. I don't
Okay.
think he would be bugging out like this.
Look,
Okay.
Julius, I think you're right about this one because I think Chris Eubank Sr. has to feel some kind of way about his son, fighter. He is the son of his former rival, because he understands that the only reason Chris Eubank Jr. has a career is because of his name.
Yes,
So now you are going against his son. And yeah, I have to agree with you. You're kind of jeopardizing his legacy. And you didn't have to, because you can fight anyone else. And instead you're choosing to fight this guy. He's not near to your weight class, and he's jumping 2 weight classes just to make the fucking fight. And if you fuck that up, yeah. If you win, it doesn't mean anything. Because people gonna know, because he knows that beating a guy coming from fucking welterweight doesn't mean shit.
Doesn't mean nothing. Think about it. That the only thing that brought them together from the beginning, granted that it took on a life of its own, and they really don't like each other. Like, that's not rehearsed. It's not staged. Yeah, Chris and Conor don't like each other. It became real. But from the beginning, what brought you together was your fathers and their legacy. That was the whole thing. So I think the real reason Chris got a problem with this is because he know Junior ain't shit, and he could fuck this up. He said it himself. Junior is never gonna win an alphabet title. What kind of a thing like that is to say something like that about your son? That means he know, like, yeah, Chris ain't shit.
Yeah, and
Chris ain't
Chris
shit.
Eubank Senior for the way he conducts himself, you can tell he takes a lot of pride of his career. The guy that's different, for example, is Julio Cesar Chavez Senior. Julio Cesar Chavez Senior is like, okay, my son is good for him. Good for him. He was fighting. He will become a world champion. But Chris is like, no, this is my legacy is sacred, and you have to respect it. The warrior spirit.
It's a warrior. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
You know
But
what
the
I'm
funny thing is, Jules. The funny
I
thing
ain't gonna
is,
lie. I got a suit and tie in the closet, and I might cut off the sleeves and wear it like Chris Eubank Jr., like Senior. Like, I might do that, like with the arms
shit
missing and
funny.
shit.
No, you have to
unless
shave
you have
your-
a monocle, that ain't right.
No,
I gotta find a way to get a monocle before Saturday, bro.
no, and
Before
you have to shave. You have to shave your head.
All right, or fuck that shit. I'm not doing that. I'll wear a beat.
I need a bowler hat and a monocle.
I could get a bowler hat. I could get that. Shout
Make
out to
it
Will.
official.
Finally, somebody who's honest. Chris turned down a fight with a 42-year-old Lara because the only winnable and lucrative fight he has left was the fat welterweight. I can't wait to see Junior get stopped again. Yeah, because he might get stopped. Not for nothing. Will said, I can't wait until this is over. These eggheads are massive hypocrites that will grab their pearls over Benn's failed test, but Junior gets a pass for having Conte as a nutritionist and Roy as a... That is so true, dog. That the whole thing with Connor's... It's like, give it a rest, guys. You watch Canelo fight, and he failed the test. You watch Ryan fight, and he failed the test. You used to watch Roy fight. A lot of guys failed tests. So can we stop clutching our pearls over Connor? Like, it's not a big deal, dog. What was it he tested positive for? Clomiphene? That's not even no real shit. Test positive for some Trenbo. Let's get some Tren in here, bro. Let's get
No,
swole.
it's crazy to think that Julio Cesar Chavez Senior. If you're talking about boxing dads and boxing sons, Julio Cesar Chavez Senior is a better son than Chris Eubank Jr. because at least Julio Cesar Chavez Senior
Junior.
become a champion.
He
became a
did.
champion.
He has a better...
And he had a decent career for a world champion. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say
No,
now
but
it's-
better than Chris. Better than Chris. Chris
Yeah.
never did it, bro. You were only ever IBO champion. IBO. You know what I'm saying?
that's
The
crazy.
other
is what
green
it-
belt.
Like the dark green belt, the dark one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I have him losing this weekend. I do. I have him losing this weekend. And I think Senior is gonna need a lot of shop therapy. He's gonna buy more bowlers, more monocles, more really tight shirts. You know what
He's
I'm
gonna
saying?
get a couple ascots.
Some
I get a
assless
kick out the way
chaps,
he
also
talks,
some
though.
assless chaps.
I get a kick out of the way he talks, out of the way he
No, me
expresses
too. I
himself.
love him. I love him.
get a
He's a
kick out of it,
character.
man.
He's a character. I love him. But I wholeheartedly believe the real reason he's been so against this, it's because of his own ego. He doesn't want Chris to ruin his legacy.
Yeah.
The only thing that brought these guys together was their father's legacies. It turned into something real, which is cool. That's why it's gonna sell. Because it's not just, oh, your daddy beat my daddy. These motherfuckers really don't like each other. They really gonna fight. Like, they gonna go. So it's
Yo, they be
good.
going-
Yeah,
They be going at it
I'm-
over soccer. Over
Yeah,
soccer. They
I'm-
be fighting in the street.
For
Like,
real.
boop, boop, let's
I'm not
get
even
it.
saying that is right and thinking like that because if I was a father, I will be. My son is making money and is healthy. I'm good.
Mhm.
I'm good. It doesn't matter. I'm retired. Do whatever
Pero
you
tú
want.
ves que eso es muy eso es importante a Senior, like that he beat him, porque con la gente that he didn't fight, the people that he didn't, beat. You never fought Roy. You never fought James Toney. Your whole, what people really remember you for, and your shining moment in your career, your crown jewel, was beating Nigel Benn.
Yeah, but he
Chris
was a
could
pretty
fuck that
decent
up.
knockout puncher, though.
No,
for
he
those
was
great
good. He was
guys.
good. I'm like they in fairness, they were both good. But the indictment, I think, against Chris is he didn't travel abroad like Nigel. You know, I think Nigel came to America. He had fights.
Yeah, Nigel beat Doug DeWitt for his first world title in Atlantic City.
So, eso le molesta que if Chris loses, what they're gonna remember about the Eubank name, they're not gonna remember me. I'm older. I'm generations back. They're gonna remember him losing. Well, te jodió, because I think he's gonna lose. Though I do think he's gonna lose. He's gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, because I think the weight, we have weight divisions for a reason, and I don't think that he possesses any athletic attributes that can just jump up 2 weight divisions and he'll be fighting the same. It's a big task, man.
No, it is, but I guess the giveaway is that Liam Smith knocked him out. You know, Liam's not a big puncher, not tough guy, and he's good guy, good, solid, serviceable guy, and a former world champion. But if Liam Smith can knock you out,
right?
But then the fact that you're saying that Conor Benn can knock him out, Jules. I mean,
Does anybody
this is a
know
guy
what
who
time
couldn't knock out Peter Dobson.
the fight starts in USA?
In the afternoon, bro, como a las 3. Same as all the other ones, bro.
Yeah, like the Dalton Smith one this weekend.
It's a pay-per-view, bro.
Them, Jules?
That's what I think.
It's 25.
That's what I think. Oh shit, go ahead.
No, my bad. How much is the price for the pay-per-view?
About 25.
I'll buy it.
I'll buy it too. Yeah. I'm gonna buy it with some beers, and I'm gonna rock out.
I believe. Is there a rematch clause in this fight?
I don't know. You know, I didn't hear that. If there's a rematch clause, I hope there isn't, bro.
Right. So if Conor wins, I think they're gonna make a rematch. They have to, because they're gonna milk the shit out of this fight with the names and all the views that is gonna happen in the UK.
Leo, Cesar. Leo. Conor wins. You can't just go back to welterweight. That's a steep drop, dog.
That's true.
You can't. And 54. Nah, they'll kill you. They will kill you in there, bro. Beat your ass. So I could see that they're like, yeah, maybe they get 2 fights.
They're gonna milk it. Yeah. So
you don't think he comes in and tries to step in the winner of the Rolly or fight the loser or something?
Drop that down from 60. Look at what it did to Kell Brook, bro. Look at what it did to Kell Brook. That he goes up for Golovkin, he gets his ass beat. Then he goes down, and what happened? He gets his ass beat. Yeah, it's not a good idea, bro.
Yes,
who has dropped Conor Benn, or who has made Conor Benn look bad though? That's the fight.
I think that he didn't. I don't think he looked great with Dobson, but I think that because some people don't like him, they exaggerate. You know, just like the Mexican kid that he fought at 54, he didn't look great in that fight, but no, he didn't look bad. He got the job done. It's just that when people don't like you, you know, they're always trying to get a kick in. They're always trying to shit on you a little bit. Like, he didn't look bad. He just didn't look great.
Well, I don't think he looked great in the post-fight interview when he got smacked in the face with the egg. He didn't bob
that
good
shit
enough.
Was funny.
You know
that
what I'm
shit,
saying?
he didn't know he had the egg in his hand, man.
Yeah, I think he lost that day. So
that shit was funny as fuck.
Yo,
Because he already looked mad all the time. So he was like super duper. He looked like Jafar. How fucking mad he was, bro.
Yo, I think Conor won the Piers Morgan interview though. I think he kind of did.
Yeah,
right.
Okay. Between Conor Benn getting smacked with the egg and Tio smacking Arnold Barboza, the only thing I didn't like is when the security guard picked up Arnold Barboza off his feet and made him look like a little kid.
Bueno, manín, esos son hombres que pelean en el 140, so dime tú.
Pero
they're not big guys, bro.
No te quedas que te cogen así el hombro. Oye, they made him look small,
Pick that dude up like a book. Y también, yo, them bodyguards is like 300 pounds, bro.
Come on, man.
Pick them up like a book bag, bro. Don't pick me off my feet like that. Not in front of everybody.
Put him over his shoulder.
Imagine if he picked him up like he was a toddler. Like,
he basically did. That's what I'm saying.
Like as if he was a midget hanging off his necklace.
Oye, mijo.
I was like,
compórtate o te voy a dar un chingazo.
Oh
Oh,
man,
shit.
that was a
But
bad
nah,
look,
that's
man.
gonna be so great. If Arnold wins that fight, though, that's gonna be so great. That's
I
gonna be
hope.
He's
so
got to
No,
great.
we're all
erase all
gonna
I
that
pray.
hope.
shit. Yeah.
Yo, can we all get on the panel that day and just pray that Tio loses? Just hold
I
our
mean,
hands.
that's what I'm
Do
doing,
what?
dog.
Do what?
I go
We're gonna
out
do.
there. I go out there
Listen,
naked whenever it rains, and I swing my dick around counterclockwise to the
want
boxing
Tio. I
gods.
want Tio's
Yo,
jaw handed on
yo.
a silver platter, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be Arnold. You don't know how bad I want somebody to fucking knock him the fuck out for all that shit. Puerto Rican
Knock
shit
him
he
out
was
es
talking.
otra cosa. Knock him out es otra
But
cosa. Like
Uh,
I don't think
nah.
Arnold knocks him out. I think
Barboza
that
don't have that
if
power.
Arnold wins, he wins on points. If Arnold wins, he wins
Yo,
a
yo,
points decision. He doesn't.
Barboza got dropped by Catterall.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
but in fairness, Catterall can punch though. He knocked down Regis 2 times. Like he can
That's
punch. He can punch. He can
that's true.
punch.
That's true.
The
but
shit
I
is
had Jack Catterall in that fight though,
So
and I
did
thought that
I.
Barboza was
So did
going.
I.
You know,
I thought Jack was going to win. I was like, yo, Jack lost?
yeah.
But
I had
Casserole
Jack
fought
Catterall in
timid that
that
night,
fight.
Jules. It was terrible.
Yeah, Arnold did what he. But that's why you. But that's kind of why you gotta fuck with Arnold. That like yo, you kind of feel like the momentum is on his side. He beat Jose. He beat fucking Jack in Manchester. They could have robbed him. They didn't.
Yeah, and Tio's out here wearing fucking 90s overalls.
Bro, he looked like you remember Marky Mark in the Funky
Yep.
Bunch? Just a good vibration. He got like yo, dog. It's cold outside. Devin got a bubble. Devin got a bubble. Arnold got a crew neck with a skelly boom boom. Like fucking Rolly got a bubble. Why you out here with no shirt? With a
And
All he,
mascara.
all
and
he needed was
mascara.
some eyeliner and
And some
bandana.
eyeliner and mascara.
like where is it? Like he really trying to look like a Brett Michaels or some type of
Yes,
shit. I'm
he
like, yo, I don't
is.
know what's up with this dude, bro. He's bugging. Like he crashing out. But I got Arnold,
Latin
man.
Brett Michaels.
For real, Honduran Brett Michaels. Anyway, I'm about to go to bed. I'll catch y'all on the next one.
All right, one.
All right,
Peace.
Jules,
Yeah,
guys,
Later, panel.